All right, welcome back to the channel. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? My man, Greg Benjamin Newsom in the building. What's going on, man? Benjamin said, for nine, have you H? What are you talking about? Have I H what? What's going on, HMC? Mike Kirkland in the building. Ray Patterson, what's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? Dre H in the building. Eric in the building. What's good? So what happened to the tank? Oh, there was a problem with the tank video. So I took it down. I'm gonna put it back up. I'll put it back up today. I bet there was somebody told me there was something wrong with the volume in the section or something like that. So I took it down. Mark W in the building. What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? John Boy in the building. Mike Kirkwood said, John Boy, Mike, are you off today, big brother? Mike's in the building. Did I see Mike? Jim Jean Pierre, what's going on, man? How you feeling, man? Man, I see Mike Kirkland. How did I miss Mike Kirkland? Okay, what's going on, Mike Kirkland? What's happening with you, sir? Hope you're doing well. Tony T, no, man, I'm not talking about him today, man. Seriously, man. I want to stay in a good mood, brother. I want to stay in a good mood, man. That's a fun conversation to have, but we have it too much, man. Seriously, I wish that kid nothing but the best, man, and all those guys at lightweight, nothing but the best. Don't want to be grumpy today, man. Don't want to be grumpy today. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to talk bad. Don't want to be in a situation talking bad about anybody today, really. You know what I mean? Just, I don't, man. I did a video yesterday, man, and I felt bad, man. He said, yo, for now, where have you been? You still good, my G? What are you talking about, man? I'm here every day, Brent Crawford. Where you been? He said, I got to get off my chest. Errol Spence is not flat-footed except when shifting weight to me backwards and sitting down on the inside. Ali, the greatest tactician. Floyd's best tactic was not to get hit. He said, good morning, Fanon. Been watching, signed out, couldn't get into YouTube. Oh, that's up. Okay, what's going on? Keeping up with BT. All right, that's up, man. Had to get that off. Hey, man, I can understand that, man. Sometimes you got to get your stuff. You got to get your stuff off your chest, man. You know, sometimes you got to get your stuff off your chest. I understand, man. I'm just the whole Floyd thing with Ali to me seems like he said, I don't know. YouTube doesn't send me your notifications anymore. Hey, man, I'm on every morning. You just got to come here at 8 o'clock in the morning, bro. That's it. 8 o'clock in the morning, pretty much every day. If I'm not there one day, I'm there. Just check for me. Just check for my channel, man. Hey, Tone the Superstar said the PBC protection program got Richardson Hitchens going to Eddie Hearn. Look, bro, that's a little bit of a what you call it. That wouldn't be a protection program, bro. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be a protection program. They're just not getting him any fights, man. They're not protecting Richardson Hitchens from anybody. I don't buy that, man. And honestly, bro, I don't understand why cats hold the PBC to any different standard than Top Rank. Top Rank fighters are all fighting 8 p.m. 8 a.m. Central. No, not 8:05. Today I came in at 8:05. Check for me at 8 o'clock. The chat's up at 8 o'clock. I may get on. Most times I get on at 8 o'clock, but sometimes if I'm running a little late, or like today, if I'm not in a particularly good mood and I got to get my mind a little bit more right, I may take a couple extra more. I might take a couple extra more seconds, man. Y'all know me. Sometimes I can be grumpy, and I wanted to make sure I jumped on here. That I jumped on. Yeah, Saturdays I'll come in on at 9. Saturdays I'll do whenever. Honestly, I may come in. Sometimes on a rare occasion I might come in at 10 on time. At 10, man. You know what I mean? It's what he said 9. Yeah, it does. Yeah, then 9 o'clock for the most part, bro. Caesar TMG said Richardson was TMT, not PBC. No doubt about it. I still don't get. Honestly, man, I don't get the double standard for the PBC. They're not doing it. They're not having any more in-house fights than anybody else is. Matchroom has a bunch of in-house fights. Top Rank has a bunch of in-house fights. PBC has a bunch of in-house fights. Why is it any different for the PBC than it is for anybody else? When's the last time Lomachenko fought somebody outside of Top Rank? When's the last time Shakur Stevenson fought somebody out of Top Rank? I don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you got some just free journeymen or whatever. Who's fighting these guys? Who are these other networks that are making a bunch of fights outside of their network? Nobody is. So why is it the PBC got? Why is the PBC in a protection program, and top ranks not? Last time I checked, man, Lomachenko didn't fight Isaac Cruz. I didn't see any of these guys fighting. None of these guys have fought in Michelle Rivera. None of those guys have fought in Gervonta Davis. None of them. So just like, Tank hasn't fought Lomachenko didn't fight Tank. It goes both ways, man. It goes both ways. I just don't get it, man. I don't get that's a double standard. Unless you can tell me that Golden Boy and Matchroom and Top Rank are all having each other have them fighting each other's fighters, but they're not a lightweight. They're not for sure. Musa R said, I think it's because PBC doesn't have a huge amount of boxers, so it seems like the same guys always fighting. But that's not true. I mean, I don't know if that's even true. No, Michelle Rivera is at lightweight. Gervonta Davis is at lightweight. Rolly Romero's at lightweight. Isaac Cruz is at lightweight. Mikey Garcia was at lightweight. When Mikey Garcia was at lightweight, Mikey Garcia fought Robert Easter Jr. at lightweight. None of those top-ranked fighters fought fought Robert Easter when Robert Easter was the IBF champion. Those guys didn't fight. They didn't fight Robert Easter. Lomachenko didn't fight Mikey Garcia when Mikey Garcia was the top lightweight. Neither did Jorge Linares. Neither did Beltran. Neither did Comey. Except for, I will say, Comey fought. But I don't think Comey was ESPN at the time. I don't think he was with Top Rank at the time. I think he's more of a free agent. But he fought Robert Easter. Robert Easter fought him. Or what's that other guy? Zata Clannon. Those guys didn't fight Zata Clannon. I mean, there's a bunch of good lightweights that if you look at the lightweights right now, then you may be able to say that, but that's a snapshot. That's not over the last several years. You know what I mean? He said, Top Rank is not getting Stephen Shaw many fights. He's been the best African-American heavyweight right now. I mean, yeah, dude, look, what I'm saying is where's the Top Rank welterweights? Top Rank doesn't have any welterweights, right? Golden Boy welterweights. They got one. Are they fighting the PBC welterweights? There's no protection program for the welterweight division when literally Errol Spence has fought all of them, and Terence Crawford got a shot at one of them. I think that may be a little bit unfair, man. Just a little bit unfair. And I would balance that out a little bit. In my opinion, I just think that they're all guilty of it because they're all in that. That's the structure of the business. That's the nature of the business these guys are in. John Boy said, Disney ESPN new show coming out, DuckTales starring Devin Haney and Bill Haney. Man, come on, man. Don't pull me. John Boy in the building. Much love, bro. Hey, man. And we'll see. We'll see, bro. We will see, man. Let me slide down to the end of this, man. Much love in that super chat, bro. Thank you so much. Dude, I don't know of the PBC protecting their fighters, man. These guys have all been put in tough fights, man. Errol Spence Jr. was not in a protection program. He left. Errol Spence Jr. left, did not fight to get a championship on the PBC card. He had to go over to the UK to fight Kell Brook to get that. That doesn't seem like a protection program to me, man. They threw, right? It just, I think it's fashionable to say it, bro. Hey, John Boy said, John Boy said, you don't have to be part of it. I'm not above that shit. Hey, look, man, I'll be part of it. I mean, if it's fair, look, dude, I just get tired of saying, dude, look, man, the reason that I set up to this morning, man, is because on the real, over the last couple of days, man, I noticed that I was like, kind of firing shots, bro. You know what I mean? Because I guess I get a little bit tired. I got a little bit tired of it, man. You know what I mean? I get a little bit tired of it, bro. But today I'm refreshed. You know, I get a little bit tired of the marketing aspect of boxing from time to time, you know. So, but today I'm a little bit more refreshed. I'm a little bit more refreshed. So I don't feel it is necessary to really, you know, like get into all of that because yesterday was just beyond belief to me. What's going on in the lightweight division at Top Rank, by the way, it's a huge joke. Like, Keyshawn Davis is out there just saying any and everything pops into his head, man. And from somebody that has experienced, you know, situations like that, and I know Keyshawn has experienced them too. I just hope Keyshawn Davis slows down, bro. Because, dude, this is the new this is the new way you go about everything. And honestly, man, like, really, like, another reason why, like, I took the Gervonta Davis video down, aside from that one issue, I'll put it back up, was as I said, man, I was like, God dog, man, this shit is like kid stuff. Like this is just kiddie stuff, man. You got dudes snatching people's chains. Like, the conversation is now somebody snatched my chain, and now I'm gonna go call now and then. First of all, Ryan Garcia, if Gervonta Davis put his hands on your chain and grabbed you, you should have slapped all the taste out of his mouth right then and there. Like, he was trending on Twitter. What's that? Keyshawn let off a bomb, created cost out. Yeah, it's just silly, bro. Mike Kirkland said, fire all the shots you want because they came at you hard with that Haney talk. Yeah, they did, man. But seriously, they've lost the argument now, bro. Mike Kirkland, I'm beating them up so bad that it's really, there's no way out of this argument unless you are just, you know, unless you're just stuck on trying to prove a point. You know what I mean? So they said he told everything Tank did, but nothing he did to contribute to the altercation. Look, man, he walked up on Tank, probably said something. Tank probably grabbed his necklace. But dude, if Tank grabbed my necklace, if he literally grabbed my necklace, dude, I'm slapping. I'm hitting Tank as hard as I can. I mean, I'm seriously, if he grabs my necklace, if I had that shit on, if he had grabbed my tie, because I'm not going to have necklaces on, I'm going to make it more realistic. If I was talking to him and he grabbed my tie and yanked it down, dog, I'm slapping him. You put hands on somebody, you put hands on somebody. You're a professional fighter, bro. Okay? Talking loud at the club. If you follow the dude to the club and you ain't got no business being in there, you know what I mean? Well, you might have brought that on yourself. But to me, I have a hard time believing if you take somebody like Errol Spence has some chains and Gervonta Davis grabs his chains. I don't care what they're doing. You grab his chain. Like, you grab him. Dog, seriously, it's right there. How could you not? You immediately get somebody off you like that. You immediately get somebody up off you like that. That should be that's just a natural reaction. He is tough. He said, Ryan said Tank is tough. He is tough. So is Ryan. So are you, Ryan. Man, that ain't happening, bro. Terry River said, Boots, Spence, let's go for this fight. No, let's not go for that fight. That fight's not happening. Man, I don't want Boots him next. Dude, you kidding me? I want to fight in November. Okay? I want to fight in November. Errol Spence Jr. cannot fight. Jaron Ennis in November. Jaron Ennis is not going to be ready for Errol Spence Jr. in November. Like, unless they've already talked about making the fight, I'm sure Jaron would take the fight. Don't get me wrong. And I'm sure Errol, if it had to be, would take the fight. But by the way, the Staniansis mandatory comes first. The Staniansis fight comes first. It comes first before Jaron Ennis, bro. So they would have to petition and pay step-aside money to Amanda Staniansis to make that Jaron Ennis fight, because the WBA mandatory was there first. So nah, bro. The first in the order of the mandatories is Amanda Staniansis first, because Staniansis took a step aside in order to allow Errol to fight Yordenis Ugas. So he needs to fight Yordenis Ugas. He needs to fight Staniansis before he fights Jaron Ennis. He didn't take this chain. I know. I'm saying he grabbed his chain. Hey, Jeff Campbell in the building said just some money to get Ryan his chain back, brother. Thank y'all so much for that support, bro. He just touched it. I don't know, man. I don't know if he touched it or not, bro. He said Staniansis is going to take a career change in beating, but I like him. Yeah. I mean, that's, dude, first and foremost, that more than likely is the fight that would happen next. Because they had already ordered, the WBA had already ordered their belt to be their belt to be defended by Yordenis Ugas to fight Staniansis. And there were like three different he said, Jeffrey Brooks said, correction, Errol won't be ready for bouts by November. Neither one. Man, they're not going to go into that fight that quick, man. I wouldn't. You need a full training camp specifically designed for that kid. Nah, man. But anyway, it doesn't matter because Amanda Staniansis is the next guy up. So if it was Jaron, I would be very, very surprised if it was Jaron. I would be shocked if it was Jaron. But all the reason that I'm saying it is because number one, the word is that we got in this chat from Cats was that the fight that Amanda Staniansis has already been told to prepare. Amanda Staniansis is a replacement fighter, bro. Jaron Ennis is not a replacement fighter. Okay, no way, shape, or form is that dude Daniel Mickelson said, I don't know if somebody grabbed my tie, I would interpret it, the gesture in context. If I offended the guy and interrupted him, I'm responding to him and he grabs me to get his attention. Let me tell you something, man. If I have a tie on and you literally grab my tie and pull it, I am slapping all of the taste out your mouth. Do you know what somebody can do with your tie? Do you know how what somebody can do to you with your tie? No, bro. When you have a tie around your neck, that's a rope around your neck. When somebody grabs the rope around your neck, no, bro, you're getting your hands off that rope around my neck. Okay? Because that's a rope around your neck. It's got a knot, it goes around your neck. There ain't no guessing when somebody grabs your tie. Because if I grabbed your tie, I could literally hold it, take a step behind you, and choke you. Grab it and choke you. No way. You grabbing my chain? You grab a chain? That is a rope around somebody's neck. I would advise that if somebody grabs a rope that's around your neck, that you get their hands up off that rope as fast as you can. But I'm paranoid. I'm telling you. I'm paranoid. If you grab a rope around my neck, bro, I'm getting your hand. I'm defending myself because that's assault. And I may take an L, but I'm going to defend myself. You know what I mean? Unless for some reason it's like Mike Tyson and Mike Tyson just touching the tie or something like that. I'd be like, man, come on, man. I would literally, even with Mike Tyson, get your hand off my tie, man. I mean, dude, I'm a human being, bro. No. You get your hand up off this rope now. That rope turns deadly. A silk tie around your neck, man, you can get choked out with that tie really, really easy, man. Hey, my man Mike Kirkland said, Ennis is the future for Showtime. Wouldn't make sense to risk him against Spence. I mean, those guys don't care, man. I don't say they don't care, man. But look, let me tell you something, Mr. Mickles, I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive like that. I've been in a lot of fights, bro. I don't want to ever give anybody the ability to choke me. Being choked is the most uncomfortable. I would rather get hit any day than have somebody have the ability to mess with my wind. No. That shit gets ugly quick. And you never know these people out here, man. Hey, my man John Bowie said, Ryan Garcia seems like the kid that has never been told no. He got them parents to lie to him and tells me he can be anything. I mean, dude, I don't even have to take this, man. Fanaz said it's fight, not flight. Hey, man, you got to get your hands off my neck, man. I mean, I don't know what you're doing, man. You got to get your hands off my neck. Like that, you're right there at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? You're right there at that point in time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree 100% with that, man. There's some other dudes like that too, bro. So imagine a 50, 100,000 chain. Yeah, dude, look, dude, you gonna get your hands off my neck, bro. The money is something else, bro. I wouldn't be wearing a chain in there. I don't believe in $50,000, $100,000 chains. Man, the richest people I know, dude, I know some people that are really, really, really rich. I've met people that are really, 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 really rich. They got silk ties on. They ain't got gold chains on. Like that to me, it's like that doesn't even look rich to me. Just to be honest with you. Like the way that I view somebody that I think is probably got ridiculous sums of money is not a guy with chains on. To me, that doesn't look like it. Just doesn't. The two do not equate. The two don't equate in my mind, in my eyes. So if I wanted to look really, really wealthy, I don't know what I'd probably have. Like, it's hard to look rich like those people. It's hard. You know what? You may have some, like, I don't know, man, like a really nice class ring, maybe a nice class ring, a nice watch, you know, a really, really nice watch. Your wife is going to carry a very, very nice purse. You know what I mean? You got a nice, reasonable car. You know what I mean? You got a nice, reasonable car. These dudes be flexing Ferraris and stuff. That mean, they'll drive those old school Ferraris and they'll have those Ferraris and shit for sure. Ferraris and Lamborghinis and all of that, dude, they'll have those things for sure. Old ass men driving around in a Lamborghini. Those dudes, I'm like, God dog, old ass men in Lamborghinis. With their hair perm, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Ohio Lyric said, what's going on, Fanon? Do you believe Spence is going to fight Boots? Because it seems like Spence and Crawford is not going to happen soon. Do I think they're going to fight next? I doubt it. Because Stanionis is the next mandatory. And it's a fight made on short notice. So, no, I don't think so, man. Jaron Ennis a fight with Jaron Ennis and Spence is something more than likely that they will build up to. After Jaron Ennis is already cleared out of weight division. Like Jaron is the guy, when they leave that division 147 pounds, man, it's Jaron is going to clear that. Jaron more than likely is going to clear all that stuff out. So I don't think so. And if they're going to fight on the 19th, like if they're serious, if that's any truth to that, Jaron Ennis is probably not the guy. But it's possible because he is the IBF mandatory. But the thing with the IBF mandatory is, what's that guy's name? The guy that lost to Custio Clayton. What's the guy's name that lost to Custio Clayton? Whatever his name is, the guy that lost to Custio Clayton, who was the IBF mandatory. Man, he was an IBF mandatory for a very long time. They did not. The IBF, because the IBF enforces their mandatories. They enforce them. So they're not going to actually order the mandatory until they're ready to enforce that mandatory. So number one, they have not mandated that fight yet. He is the person that they will mandate because the IBF is good with that, right? Like, it's that the IBF, the guy that's going to be the IBF mandatory is Jaron Ennis. However, they've not actually ordered that fight. They have not said, okay, we are now giving you 3 weeks from now, or whatever the time frame that they do. They've never said we're going to give you 3 weeks from now to get with this, to come to an agreement. If not, it goes to purse bid. So the IBF has not done that yet. For Errol to do that as a mandatory, the IBF pretty much right now would have to order it. But if they ordered it, you're not going to have enough time to have that fight by November. So just the to me, it seems, and I'm telling you, Ohio Stylers, I could be wrong. But to me, it doesn't seem like that. Also, from the perspective of Showtime, right? From Showtime has already said that they want to build Gervonta, that they have a plan for him where they're going to give him this level of competition, and get him there. So, like, I would think that with Gervonta, you'd see a Keith Thurman before you see Errol Spence. I think with Gervonta, you would probably see a Speedy Rashidi Ellis or a Danny Garcia, or I know Danny Garcia is from Philadelphia, so don't get locked down on that name specifically. I think you'll see somebody like that where you really have an opportunity to get Gervonta, his name to be big, because Gervonta has the potential of being one of the biggest names in boxing. Like, for sure, has one of the potentials to be that guy that really can be that guy. So I don't think, number one, that the IBF even has enough time between now and November to order that fight, right? Because again, he is going to be the mandatory, right? Because he won the fight with Custio Clayton. For that, in order to be the next mandatory, he earned that. It's not like they skipping over him or anything like that. But they actually still have to mandate the fight. They actually have to tell them to get into negotiations. And for them to bypass a guy like Stanionis, who already was ordered to fight for the WBA, right? The WBA is going to say, look, man, this is the mandatory. The next mandatory that's actually due. The one that's actually due is Amanda Stanionis. It's not Gervonta Ennis. He's the mandatory though. It's weird. Much love in that super chat, bro. Terry Rayford said, just don't want to fight that you know. Just don't want to fight that you know going to win. You know who's going to win. Oh, well, good luck with that one, man. With that one, you got to go over there to look, I just want him to fight. Terry Rayford. I'm going to try to stay on super chats a lot today. Because I don't want to have to block. I don't want to have to do this thing where I minimize the number of people that can comment by saying you've got to be subscribed for 3-5 days or something like that. Because a lot of you guys, are really just trolls. So some of y'all are just really trolls. So I'm going to try to stick closer to the super chats because I've been skipping super chats because I've been talking to cats that do not support the channel. Really? I mean, and I'm not talking about support the channel like money. I'm talking about don't support the channel like as in y'all just out here hating, Hold on one second though. I gotta go here. Yes, sir. All right, got it. All right. So yeah, that's kind of where I am on that, man. As far as getting a fight that we want to see where we know the winner, we don't know the winner. Yeah, man, that's gonna be a little bit it's gonna be tough, man, because these guys really don't seem like they too much in it for the smoke, bro. Tevin Smith in the building. What's going on? Said John Bowie with the big flex in the building. That's what's up, man. Much love in that super chat on this super chat Thursday, brother. Thank you, Tevin Smith. Hey, man, make sure you put a chat. Make sure you put a comment on your super chats, man. Make sure you put a comment on your super chats. And that's what I forgot. Hey, man, we got almost 400 people in the building. We got 146 on the like button, man. Would you make sure y'all hit that like button? It helps the algorithm, bro. It really does, bro. You know what I mean? It really does. It's important to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. But if you put a super chat, bro, especially you cats with the yellows and all that stuff, man, make sure y'all put a comment in there, man. John Bowie said, Tevin Smith, Mike Kirkland, Jeff Terry, everyone, that's what's up, bro. Yes, sir. Joshua Riley, yeah, exactly, man. Joshua Riley says Stanionis and Spence. Stanionis has been the mandatory longer and has stepped aside money once before. Bouts and Spence will happen in 154. Spence said it's going to happen in 154. Yeah, and by the way, Errol ain't going to be weight draining. Oh, man, I'm sorry. Hey, Starborn said out here listening to you in Florida with the power out, hurricane land. Oh, man, sorry to hear that, bro. I'm working on the game too, bro. So, but yeah, man. Like that, Errol's not gonna be losing, cutting no weight to fight Gervonta Ennis, man. Okay, that shit has to happen. That has to be in 154, man. Absolutely. Matter of fact, bro. Hold on, man. Let me say something. Let me do something real quick. Got it. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I need that. Jamal Nizzi said, in my opinion, EJ is a duck. Hey, man, thanks for your opinion, brother. Jeffrey Brooks says, Spence and Bud fight will never take place. Anytime any one fighter lying about signing or not signing a fight, don't know which one, but someone is ducking for sure. I don't know, man. I'm not going to call either one of these guys a duck. I think the negotiation, if it doesn't take place, they just couldn't agree to terms. Because Terence does not have to take a fight that he does not feel comfortable with. And I mean this. Like, for all you guys that think I'm some big Terence Crawford hater, because there was a guy that responded in my comment, because I made that video yesterday about, Standing Ansas being told to get ready for a fight in November. Could be Errol Spence if these guys don't work it out because he's the mandatory, right? So the people are like, man, are you serious? Like, I remember what your name is, DH, whatever your name is. Like I said, bro, I don't want to be I don't want to be grumpy anymore to people. You know what I mean? Unless you really, really deserve it. I'm trying to be a little bit more polite. So let me just say this in a very, very polite fashion. And I've said this multiple times, if they really did offer, which I think is an irresponsible and BS rumor. I seriously, man, do not believe for anything on this planet that the PBC offered Terence Crawford no money up front and 35% on the back end, and then 35% and then 40% on the back end if he wins. I don't believe that. I think that is an irresponsible rumor. It is, honestly, man, for somebody that really, I do want to be fair to both guys, that is salacious. It's so hard for me to get my head around the fact that those guys would do that. Because if they did that, you're basically saying that these guys are like Eddie Hearn. You're basically saying now the PBC is operating like Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya. And that these guys really don't have these guys just don't have enough nuts to say, we don't want the fight. Sorry. They will. Okay. Leonard Ellerby will tell you straight in your face that there's not enough money in for a fight. We don't care what you got to say. He's on that man, Leonard Ellerby, who works with Floyd Mayweather Jr., works with Al Heyman, will tell you in a minute that these guys are not big name fighters. I don't know why they would go do that. However, if that was actually offered to Terence Crawford should walk away. And if he did walk away for that, I would not call that man a duck. Errol Spence Jr. is a legitimately hard fight, a very, very risky fight. And he deserves to get paid more money than that. And if he feels like that's the case and he walked away and that was the case, okay. You know what I mean? Dude, there's been a bunch of times fights have not happened. I'm not gonna tar and feather Terence Crawford if he doesn't get the money that he thinks is reasonable and call him scared and all of that stuff. Man, that type of activity is for kids, man. Really. And I just, at a certain point in time, I'm just not going to do that. So no, if they don't if the fight doesn't happen, bring on the next guy. Bring on the next guy. And if they can make the fight at 154, make the fight at 154 a little bit down the road. I just want to see these guys fight. I would be happy with any announcement that I could get out of either one of these camps in the next week or so. As long as I know as a boxing fan, I get to see a fight in November or I get to see a fight in December. That's it. I mean, the best thing, biggest thing yesterday in boxing to talk about was Ryan Garcia and Keyshawn Davis. Like, Keyshawn Davis is a 6-0 fighter, and Ryan Garcia, I'm sorry, man. Just you're not trying to fight Tank. Those are BS. That's completely BS conversations. And I don't care. I know Al Heyman says they're trying to make that fight, but Oscar De La Hoya is not trying to make that fight, man. And he's already said it, bro. So that's where I am. I'm not going to call these guys ducks for it. I believe both of these guys will take that fight if the situation is right. All this stuff that people are dumping on, in my opinion, are dumping on Errol Spence Jr. All that stuff is because there's nothing else to talk about in boxing. That's what this is. That is. There's nothing else to talk about in boxing because of the thing that people keep accusing the PBC of doing, but everybody else is doing, which is making a bunch of in-house fights that people are not particularly interested in. Nobody cared about Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. Man, that fight is gone. Try to have a conversation about that fight. And that fight didn't show up to the day of the fight, and the whole interest of it disappeared right away. Canelo says he's not going to fight for the rest of the year, and don't nobody care. The other thing people are talking about is Tyson Fury and his deadline for Anthony Joshua. Like, dude, you can't give Anthony Joshua no deadline. This man just came off of a loss, and you're giving him a deadline of fight me right now or you don't get the fight. Clown, I thought you were retired last week. You changed your mind from being retired last week. Why am I going to take you seriously? Why would I take seriously the notion that you are giving me a deadline when you just retired? I'm so tired of it. Oh, my God, I was retired for 15 minutes. I can't stand it. Now you're going to go off and fight who? Man, shut up, Tyson Fury. Wait, what's going on, Rise Podcast? Man, shut up, Tyson Fury. Sit around and fight Usyk. When you fight Usyk, wake me up. You know, hey, some support for the man, John Boy. Thank you, brother. Bro, that's love, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. I'm going to try to stay on these super chats longer because on the real, I keep talking to cats that are just really not making a lot of sense. And I got to get better at my live stream, bro. Key 215 said, what up, Fanon? So it may be Spence and Stanionis. Do we get Crawford Charlo? No, you're not going to get Crawford Charlo. The best you're going to get is Crawford and Crawford and Josh Taylor. That's it. The best you're going to get is Crawford and Josh Taylor. That's the best you're going to get. Crawford, Josh Taylor. They go over to the UK and get that UK money with Bob Arum, bro. That's the best you're going to get with Terence Crawford, bro. From what I can see. Because that's a fight that is a legitimate fight that he's been offered, bro. You know? Yeah, I'm not going to time you out. I'm just going to ignore you, bro. Thank you, bros, y'all. Thank you, man. Much love in that super chat to y'all, bro. Thank y'all for that support, bro. Showtime is the duck. There's not a duck, man. I don't know. I just want to understand how y'all know who's ducking. If these guys can't make the fight, bro, Terence Crawford has never done big numbers. Terence Crawford has numbers probably something like Shakur Stevenson. Right? Somewhere around Shakur Stevenson. His numbers are not as big as Gervonta Davis's. His numbers aren't as big as Gervonta Davis, man. Jeffrey Brooks said, yeah, but why lie about signing? The question is for both fighters because someone isn't telling the truth. First of all, Bernie the Boxer said, let me clarify something. Bernie the Boxer said that Terence Crawford didn't sign. He corrected himself. He said, first of all, let me clarify something I said. Terence Crawford did not sign. So there is no question about whether or not Terence Crawford signed. He didn't sign. He didn't. He didn't say, he said he agreed. These guys are using the word sign like I agreed to everything. That's what he means. I agreed to everything. They didn't sign. What the report was that all material terms were agreed to. And then the PBC said that's not true. We're not in agreement, or at least that was the report that came from Fight Hype, who said, look, hold on, that's not true. All material terms, like I said, being a discriminating reader is important. All material terms is not the same thing as saying all terms. It just says you've agreed. Just means that you've agreed to everything that you think is important to you. There may be some things you didn't agree to. And on top of it, cats could just be out there in the press trying to affect public opinion, which is what it looks like. Because people are out here talking in the press. For what? Everybody else can be talked to on the phone. I don't buy a lot of this stuff. Like I said, the only thing that I've ever said that I ever reported was that they were talking about a rematch clause. That's it. And I believe that. Everything else about how much money he initially wanted and all of that, I'll tell you where I heard it. And it doesn't sound unreasonable. Why wouldn't he want $20 million? I just want to know how you go from rumors of wanting $20 million from the fight all the way down to no money up front. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I just do not believe that. That in a fight of any size, a fight like that, I could see why they would say not $20 million. It's not that big. But Stephen Espinoza himself said the fight is big. The fight is big. Is it Mayweather-Pacquiao big? No, but it's big. So it's big. Why would they offer him no money? Come on, man. Gennady Golovkin, I don't think Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez was as big as this fight. They didn't offer Gennady Golovkin no money. They overpaid, but they didn't offer him no money. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody's going to lie about getting paid no money for the fight and 35% on the back end, no money, why would I believe? Why wouldn't I say that somebody's going to lie about signing? Of course they're going to lie about it. Or somebody's going to lie about it. It doesn't even mean the camps are lying about it. Somebody else could be lying about it. Somebody else could be lying about it. I get a little bit pissed when people are like, Fanon, you faking news. Dude, I didn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to my video, you'll realize I didn't say that I'm saying this. I'll tell you where I heard it. This is what somebody said. I don't know if this is true or not. Right? But it'll usually be something that everybody else heard. But yeah, I'm sure there are people that say, hey, man, today I just want to let me see what I can do to get some attention. So let me just say this. And they say that. And then all of a sudden that becomes part of the dialogue. You know what I mean? Hunter Young said, at this point, I would take Spence or Bud versus Bootsy Farnsworth. And yeah, let's do it again. At this point, yeah, against Bootney. It is, I always say Bootsy, but it's Bootney Farnsworth. You got that right. Let's do it again. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, bro. Like, you was ruffling your feathers yesterday. I was ruffling your feathers yesterday, Fanon. Let me tell you something, bro. You're out of my life, bro. See you later. You're not going to ruffle my feathers anymore, bro. Thanks for the admission, D'Angelo. If you enjoy ruffling my feathers, see you later, homie. I don't need that in my life, just to let you know. Because I'm going to tell I treat you with respect. I assume if you say something to me, that it's something that you mean. And that it's a serious conversation that you're having. When you start saying you're ruffling my feathers, that means that you're just trolling and you got to leave. Thanks, man. I don't appreciate the disrespect. I'm not trying to ruffle your feathers. Why would you try to upset me? I don't need that. You make it harder for me to want to read people's comments and just say, okay, let me just do what some other people do and only read super chats and only read channel members. That's it. I'm gonna read. In order for me to have a conversation with you, bro, you gotta put a super chat in there. I'm literally talking to some of y'all and missing super chats because I try to pay the respect to everybody in the chat. So D'Angelo, you ruffling my feathers, dude, that's why you just got to go. But thank you for admitting that. I appreciate it. It made it that much easier to say goodbye. For the most part, I'm a deadly serious person for the most part. I'm not good at all about with joking. I'm just my own personal weakness. I am very, very serious. I'm a very serious person. Unless I don't even know lately what scenario I've not been serious. Wesley Copeland said, Terence, the only thing is the only one talking. His energy was different ever since he left Top Rank and watched Errol smash Ugas. That could have some play into it, bro. That's a tough fight, bro. F Bud looked like being scared of someone. No, I don't think he looked like being scared of him, man. Hey, shh. Y'all heard? There's a difference with pause, bro. You saying pause, bro. Lover or Hater said, morning, Fanon. Did you see the flyer I sent you on EGM? Yes, I did, man. Yes, sir, I did. He's fighting on a pro card. I'm so excited and proud. Oh, hit that like button, Rick. Congratulations. Yes, I did see that, man. You sent me several. You sent me several, bro. You sent me several pictures, bro. Hey, man, it's 4:37 in the building. Man, you think we can get them likes over 300, man? It'd be appreciated, man. It'd be appreciated, bro, if we could do that. My wife is telling me to stop saying bro. So I'm gonna try my best, man. They still live they still live with their moms. Yeah, man, it's like, man, I'm not interested in that, man. Little Seymour Pettigrew whips everybody under 147. Yes, sir, Seymour Pettigrew, bro. Yes, man. What's the man's name? The Nichols brothers. He's a Nichols brother. Yes, sir, man. Much love, Brock Howard, in that super chat. Thank you, bro. And my man John Boy said, for my guy Starborn, man, he out here having to defend Haney, and that's next to impossible at this point. Oh, it's seriously, bro. I had to put a comment yesterday where somebody's like, man, Fanon, I really rock with you. Fanon, you are the only boxing professional YouTuber. I don't know what you mean, Nigel Thompson, by that. I don't know what you mean by that. Let me go to this next super chat. Thank you, brother, for that support, bro. Hold on one second. God dang it. Come on. John Boy in the building said, Timothy with the big muscles for Timothy. Thank you, brother, for that support in the chat, bro. I'm gonna slide down all the way to the end, man. What's going on, Rick Timms in the building? What's happening with you, sir? Yes, sir. And Joshua Furlong, what's going on, bro? Timothy Stoudemire, I didn't say nothing to you, brother. What's happening with you, man? But yeah, man. So anyway, as far as all of that stuff, man, nobody knows what's going on. I think it's fair to talk about, but it's really tough to draw any conclusions, What's going on, Dapper Douglas? How you feeling, man? Reggie Ship, what's going on, man? Thank you, brother. I'm trying to be the best I can be, man. No joke. I'm trying to be the best I can be, man. But it is really wild out here in these YouTube streets, man. Like I'm good. I'm telling, like, for me, I'm good. Like, no joke, man. I got good support. I got a good number of supporters. I've got a good number. But bro, it is no joke, man. Like, any of you guys really trying to start channels and trying to grow channels and stuff like that, dude, it is really, really hard with the amount of misinformation flying around. Like it's really, really hard where it's like so much misinformation being flying around. It's like becoming a competition of who can throw the most misinformation out. Like it really is wild, bro. He said YouTube streets are wild. The Twitter streets are the Wild West. Ah, nah, Twitter's for Justin Fan. Twitter's for pussies, man. Twitter's is for pussies, bro. There ain't no dude, no, bro. Not from the standpoint of having a page. Oh man, no way is Twitter anywhere near on the level of the savagery of YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I don't mind Twitter. I'll go back and forth with anybody on Twitter. It's just me and them. You know what I'm saying? Twitter is easy, bro. Fanon trying to be of best behavior, then bots try to ruffle his feather. Yeah, I try, but you know what it is? It's like, nah, man, YouTube is way harder than Twitter, bro. Way harder than Twitter because ain't no money on the line with Twitter. Ain't no money on the line with Twitter. These dudes ain't playing on YouTube. Tell you, they will put out videos about you, your mother, your all kind of stuff, bro. You know what I mean? I very rarely run into there may be like 2 or 3 people that literally put out obvious, like, well, I don't know, Twitter. Anyway, Twitter, nah, bro. Nah. You don't have not from a creator standpoint. Now, from somebody out there just who's leaving comments, yeah, that may be harder for somebody just out there leaving comments. But nah, bro, on a creator like me, no way. It's hard, boy. You know how many comments I get a day? How many comments I get a day? But in order to, first of all, I can't even respond to them all. If I wanted to, I couldn't respond to them all day. I would literally be responding to comments all day to respond to comments, let alone, bro, actually the things that they say. Starborn said, John Boy said, Starborn, you should be happy, bro. Haney just got a new contract with Disney. He's the new star of DuckTales. Hey, man, he need to fight Shakur Stevenson, bro. All of that, let me comment on that. John Boy, he needs to fight. No joke. He needs to fight Shakur Stevenson. I don't want to hear no excuses about that fight. None. He needs to fight Shakur Stevenson. Those dudes are the same age and the same weight class. Those are top-notch fighters, bro. That ain't any different than Errol, Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. Is just on a smaller level. Those are clearly 2 of the best guys in that division. No joke. They just not the big money men in that division. But since they believe that belts, not money, run it, they both believe that, then those guys need to fight. There's no excuse. That fight should happen. And that fight should happen before Lomachenko. Devin should say, nah, I want Devin. I want Shakur. I don't want Lomachenko because I want to fight the best. I mean that. And you know I'm telling the truth. You guys know I'm telling the truth. Skip all the logic. Like, I'll stop playing around about Haney fan logic. Honestly, you guys are just misled. That's all I can say. You guys are just misled. And it is what it is. It's hard to decipher all of that stuff. It really is. And it's not easy to see at first. Later down the road, when you see it happen over and over again, you know what it is. But at the same point in time, there's no reason for him not to fight Shakur Stevenson. He should fight Shakur Stevenson. That's the next fight to be made at lightweight. When Devin Haney gets past George Kambosos, go straight to that fight. There's no reason to wait, man. No reason to wait. Go right for that fight. Not, well, let's try to do it. We're going to meet at 140. No. Ain't no guarantee Shakur Stevenson is going to be at 140, and ain't no guarantee that Devin Haney is going to get any belts at 140. Ain't no guarantees at 140, because at 140, there's other guys. There are other guys at 140. There's Gary Antoine Russell at 140. There's Regis Prograis at 140. There are other guys at 140. So none is, we'll see it at 140. No, don't see it at 140 because those guys are not guaranteed wins at 140. Neither one of them are guaranteed to be the best guys at 140. You got all the belts on the line at 135. You're not getting all the belts at 140. Not getting all the belts at 140. Because one of those belts are going to be over there with Gary Antoine Russell. The PBC is going to has their hands on belts over there. So no, the PBC is going to get their hands on some 140-pound belts. They got in it, and to make that fight is going to be worse than you're trying to get these guys to be able to fight Gervonta, because that's not something Bob Arum's going to do. Right? Starboard should be happy, bro. Haney, okay, I got that. Much love, John Boy, in that super chat, bro. Thank you so much for that support, bro. Terry Rayford in the building said, "Did you hear Wilder trying to fight Fury again?" Yeah, he said what's he supposed to do? If Fury has all the belts, he's going to try to fight him again. That's nothing wrong with that. Guy's fought 6 times. There's nothing wrong with that, man. I applaud him for wanting to do it. If he figures out what he did wrong and he gets his endurance right and he figures it out, put him in the ring. If he winds up being the second best guy, why would I want to see another fight why would I want to see him fight Joe Joyce? Now that Joe Joyce is the second best heavyweight. Joe Joyce is only the second best heavyweight because Joe Joyce is promoted by the same guy. But I don't mind with that. I don't mind that at all. And I think that means that dude got a lot of heart, bro. To me. Honey Yank said, I'm going to start my own YouTube boxing and I'm going to be biased to sell. I may be rocking with Bud the first half and switch to Spence in the second half. Hey, man, all I'm telling you, bro, it ain't easy, brother. No joke. It ain't easy because there's money on the line. You better believe there's a lot of money on the line, too. I'll tell you the same thing that I tell people behind the scenes. Bro, there's a lot of Twitter's not the same because there's no money on the line. No joke. There's no money on the line. People don't act as crazy because there's not money on the line. John Boy said, what do you mean it's a publicity stunt? I can't tell. Can't you tell? Exactly, bro. It's a publicity stunt. But look, he has to fight that guy, bro. He has to fight that guy. He has to fight that guy. No joke. He has to fight that guy. Has to. There's no other way out of that. You have to fight that guy. If you don't fight that guy, that's the biggest missed opportunity of your career. And in my opinion, he'll never live it down. Bob Arum, look, man, I want Shakur. Shakur is here. This is the big money fight for me. This is the fight for the culture. Ain't it? It's the fight for the culture. Skip, and there's a lot, and most people don't think he can win it. Most people don't think Devin can beat him. That's my sense of it, is most people don't think Devin can beat him. There's a lot of people that are saying that Shakur Stevenson is better than Devin. Only real Lomachenko fans are taking Lomachenko over him. I know very few people that are not avid Haney fans that got Haney beating him. No joke. I don't have very few people that are not avid Haney fans have Haney beating Shakur. So if you don't fight him, what's that saying? You got to fight that guy, man. You got to fight that guy. That guy's in your weight class, openly saying he's better than you, and he's taking all them belts. Lomachenko already lost to Teofimo Lopez. He's 33, 34 years old or whatever, 35 years old. Smaller guy. All of that. Got to do it, man. Got to do it for the sport. Got to do it for the sport. You know when he dropped the belts, that went out the window? No, it doesn't. Why does that go out the window? They were not going to fight. They weren't going to fight. Who are you talking about boxing 02? OZ Boxing 22? Shakur didn't drop any belts at. Shakur's going to have to drop the belts to move to 135 anyway. Why does that go out the window? You guys don't make excuses, man. Don't make excuses. You know the deal. Don't make excuses. Because you guys ain't giving anybody else any excuses. So don't make excuses. Mike Kirkland in the building said, can you fight Starborn in the ring or in the streets? You can talk like that. I just be giving my opinion. Hey, Mike Kirkland said, bro, you about to fight. You getting hot up in there, huh? Devin ain't, I'm just telling you, man, that shit needs to happen, bro. Hey, Doughboy in the building. Much love in that super chat, bro. Said this shot ain't easy. Hey, nah, he said, for now, what's next for Andrade? You think he retires, bro? He's done. Doughboy. Much love in that super chat, Doughboy. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. It means a lot. Thank you for not being a real one, bro. Thank you, bro. Mashura say, Fanon, take a poll on Shakur and Devin. Dude, I already know the outcome of that poll, bro. I already know the outcome of that poll. Just like the outcome of Gervonta Davis and him. It's lopsided. Go to any poll. Boxing Eagle got polls up. Just go to Boxing Eagle's polls. He got polls up. I respond to every one of his polls. Good channel. He got polls up there. It's lopsided. Let you know, it's lopsided. Every poll with Gervonta and Shakur and Devin is lopsided. Lopsided in favor of Gervonta. Lopsided. It's going to be lopsided with Shakur too. Lopsided. The problem with Devin is doesn't have a lot of power. I'm telling you, that's the thing. Doesn't have anything to keep Shakur off of him. And Shakur it's just going to be tough on him, bro. John Boy said, I'm taking Loma. He's proven, just my opinion. Much love in that super chat, bro. I call it a 50-50 fight. I call it a 50-50 fight. Either one of those fights are tough. But honestly, some of y'all are acting like y'all don't want to see that fight either. Mass Arm said, I'm glad Shakur called out Haney. Has been quiet out there since, man. Quiet as just quiet. Because they don't believe he can win. Some people are real honest about it. That's my dude. Dead honest about it too. Shakur beats all of them. I'm telling you, man. Title of this video on point today. Thank you, Tydo. Much love in that super chat. He said, yeah, Mass Arms, I'm with you. But look, dude, more than anything, man, please let Errol go ahead and fight Stanley-Onsis. And go fight and have Josh Taylor go and have Terence Crawford go fight Josh Taylor, bro. Said, told you, baby, shark is a duck. Man, that's not a duck. Anyway, I'm not going to, hey, sorry, bro. I got to stay away. See, that is about right, bro. I got to do that, man, because I'm not going to get sidelined with that. You're not even talking to me. Simon said, Fanat, I'll read Simon, though, real quick. Simon, it went away, though, bro. Simeon, it went away, bro. It went away. Do I think Bob will push Loma aside for Shakur? I don't know. Motorsport said, how long was Stanley-Onsis mandatory? Before Jaron Ennis. Before Jaron Ennis. He was the mandatory before Manny Pacquiao. When did they fight Manny? When did he fight Manny Pacquiao? When did Ugas fight Manny Pacquiao? Stanley-Onsis was the mandatory before Ugas fought Manny Pacquiao. So Ugas got an exception to fight Manny Pacquiao. And then he got an exception to fight Errol Spence Jr. And Jaron Ennis didn't become the mandatory until his last fight this year against Custio Clayton. Brandon Gear in the building said lopsided. Much love in that super chat, bro. Hashtag lopsided. What is that, bro? What is that about, man? Hashtag lopsided. Joshua Furlong, hold on one second. Yeah, because I'm out here doing what I'm not supposed to do. You got that. Joshua Furlong said, Ryan. Oh, yeah, I did. But not too far, bro. Joshua Furlong said, Ryan's crying on live because Tank bullied him. Had me laughing. Oh, man, bro. Seriously. Dude, you should have just kept that to yourself, man. That's something you just keep to yourself. Okay? You just keep it to yourself, bro. He said, I rocks with Ego. He said, yeah, it's a good channel, man. I don't get a chance to watch it. He's a good channel, bro. No, we ain't beefing. I just got you, brother. Joshua Furlong, you right there, bro. No, I'm not. We're not beefing. My eyes just, it jumped on me. Sorry about that. Like, so Ryan crying on live because Tank bullied him, made me mad. Yeah, you just got to keep that to yourself. No joke. You got to keep that to yourself. There's, yeah, man, he ran up, he grabbed me in the club, and I'm like, man, you trying to play tough guy. Man, just leave that to yourself, bro. All right, that's what's up, Joshua. Thank you, bro. Nah, we definitely ain't beefing, man. I appreciate you, man. Said, but anyway, man, back to that other discussion. Move on, bro. But a man is Stanley-Onsis has been a mandatory longer than Jaron Ennis is. So no, bro. It's like, nah, man. I doubt that. I think that there's a much better chance of the Errol Spence Terence Crawford fighting happening than there is of Errol and Gervonta taking place. No joke. Also, there's something else. Fanon Fury calling everybody but Wilder. Yeah, he already beat Wilder. He ain't got to call out Wilder. He ain't got to call out Wilder anymore. Fanon, Lil Tank is just a common Baltimore chain snatcher. Hey, man, I just wish he would calm down there, man. He said, "Oh, you got us. You want us to stay on attack." I mean, no, it can switch around. No, if you look, it can switch around. No, I just am not going to read a lot of people's chats because there's a lot of cats that you just hear. You know what I'm saying? You just hear. That's it. You know what I mean? Like I've been said. That's why I had to toss a couple cats because every video turned into about Devin Haney because you guys come in the chat and you guys ain't real supporters. You guys just want to keep Devin Haney's name out there and think you cute. So but now that we have an actual reason to talk about him, I'll talk about him. But now he said, I love that shit though. What you talking about? What are you talking about, Fahim? Oh yeah, he said, tell Tank snatch our chain. We looking for Tank. See, there you go. Fight Tank. Who's looking for Tank? Man, Devin ain't looking for no Tank, bro. He'll snatch his chain right off his neck, bro. Okay. Dude, Devin ain't fighting in those streets, bro. I do not believe that, dog. I do not believe that. I'm just going to tell you what I do not believe. I do not believe Devin Haney has ever been in a street fight in his life. Now, if he actually gets in a street fight, he can probably hurt somebody because he can fight. And he definitely knows how to hurt you. You know what I mean? He definitely knows how to hurt you, bro. So I'm sure he knows how to hurt you. But these other dudes been in fights for real fights in the streets, bro. Joshua Riley said, Joshua Riley, Super Chat Thursday. Thank you, brother, for that support, bro. Much love in that Super Chat, Joshua. Riley in the building. And my man Kermit back in that Super Chat. One of the rare cats to do the Cash App. Thank you for that Cash App support. He said, so of the talk, please fight somebody. Somebody. Exactly, man. Just fight somebody. Exactly where I am, Mr. Williams. And honestly, I missed you, Mr. Williams, yesterday, man. Thank you so much for that support yesterday, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you for that support, man. Ultimately, the fight we want to see is the most delayed, brings value of boxing down, shake my head. I mean, look, dude, I just say go ahead and make the next fight. Because I'm tired of people telling me to stop talking about it. But yet that's all you really want to talk about. Other than some super gossipy shit about Ryan Garcia getting his chains pulled. Like, my thing is, I sit there and I look like Tank, man. Why are you grabbing people's chains, man? Don't grab people's chains, man. Why? It's not necessary, man. Tank is froggy. That's a froggy dude right there, man. That's a froggy dude. Y'all all he said they're all misdemeanors, but that still could lead to jail time. Yeah, you can get jail time for misdemeanor. Fahim Sator said because he can. Man, look, bro. Some of y'all just be saying anything, man. Some of y'all just be saying anything. Some of y'all just be saying anything. Oh, yeah. Yeah, thug life, bro. Thug life is short, okay? Thug life is short, partner. Thug life is short, bro. Froggy dude, never heard that one before. He's froggy. Yeah, he's going to jump. He's froggy. He's going to jump. You getting froggy? You want to jump? You want to jump bad? Yeah, you got dudes that are froggy. Man. Let's talk about Loma may give Devin an L. He may. Dog, they didn't want that fight. So I'm sorry, man. I know I'm stuck in this debate with these dudes. No joke, bro. I am. I'll make an admission. I'm still stuck on this debate. I don't let that stuff go too easily, bro. Said thanks, brother Fanon. Thanks for the information and entertainment. No worries, bro. No worries, man. It's my pleasure. I would rather see, as far as who Errol Spence fights next, man, fight Keith Thurman. Fight Keith Thurman. Easy World D Rob said, I love boxing, but it needs a governing body that makes fights. What you think, fam? Oh, I love it. Honestly, what I think it needs is a good U.S. senator. That's what I think. I think it needs a very focused UX. I think we should all get enough money together to get on the neck of a U.S. senator. That's all you need. You need a U.S. senator. You need a U.S. senator that cares about boxing. That's what you need. Because if a U.S. senator cares about it, these dudes gonna start making some fights, bro. And they're gonna get rid of. And they're gonna get rid of all that franchise belt, that super champion belt, and they'll enforce the Ali Act. You know, but it's like you said it's incorruptible. Good luck. That's incorruptible. Good luck. No, that's incorrupt. It's not incorruptible. What's incorruptible? Nothing's incorruptible. Boxing's not corrupt. It's supposed to operate like this. You guys keep saying it's corrupt. I think it's designed to operate like this. Like, oh man, that system's corrupt. No, it's not. It's meant to give you that. They designed it for that. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what they want it to be, man. That's what they want it to be. Man, please. See, I trust no government officials, bro. I think McCain in Las Vegas did. That's the last, because he's a very powerful. Very powerful guy from Nevada that had a heart about boxing, cared about boxing, but that's about it, man. You're not really going to get a U.S. senator. Oh, a U.S. senator that's incorruptible. That ain't never going to happen. That's never going to happen. Yeah, they ain't going to get there if they're incorruptible. I've been around enough politicians, bro. Trust me. They got a lot of people pulling on every side. Every side. So no, I don't think it's going to make it any better, bro. I don't. I think the way that we make it better is that we do this. Like, for example, dog, all of this Devin Haney shit. Dude, this is bad for boxing. All of it, man, this stuff is bad for boxing. In my opinion, is bad for boxing. I just want to see the best fighters. I want to see, and actually, I'll even one up you. Nope, I saw them spear at TNT. I'm not sure what you mean, bro. No, I'm not going to talk about Boo Boo. No. Boo Boo's acting like an idiot. Dude, Boo Boo's been, that dude is made like God dog, man. No, I don't want to talk about Boo Boo by Demetrius Andrade. It's depressing. No, I don't want to talk about Demetrius Andrade. It's depressing. Just like Richardson Hitchens. What are you doing? Like, Richardson Hitchens didn't get no money to go over there by Matchroom. Now he's going to sit up there in Matchroom and go fight who? You know what I mean? He's going to be wind up being funneled up to 147. He's going to wind up being funneled up to 147 and be food one of them juiced up UK dudes. Just like what was going on with Demetrius Andrade, bro. I think Demetrius Andrade must have fought more steroid-induced fighters than anybody in boxing. Just straight up dudes that do not get tired. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm like, man, how many more juiced up guys are you going to put Demetrius Andrade in there with? You know what I mean? And now he's going to go. Now he left that weight class. He goes to 168, and they have a purse bid. The purse bid, he's going to make $100,000 in that fight. $100,000 in that fight, man. They bid $350 and is the only bidder. A dude that good. They're the only bidder. Man, it's depressing. I don't want to talk about that, man. Boo Boo's career is depressing to me. That's some obviousness where you sign with the PBC. Obvious. It's obvious. That's an obvious choice. Obvious choice. Either sign with Top Rank or you sign with the PBC. Either one. If he had signed with Top Rank, I'd have been cool. If he'd signed with Top Rank, or if you sign with the PBC, one or the other, bro. But this dude goes to Rock Nation. This dude messes up a deal going to Rock Nation and then goes to the Zone. Now, he probably made some good money over the last few years with the Zone, right? Because he's a big talent and he got in on that money grab. No, I know he's not. Exactly, he ain't fighting for that. They knew he wasn't fighting for that. Why'd he go to purse bid? Why'd he go to purse bid? Man, they purse bid, they low, but man, that's Matchroom offered that. And now he gets, what is it, a 50, 60, 40 or whatever? Crazy. Derek Choice in the bill said, Ryan and Tank are both dads, so we out pulling up each other with baby seats in the back seat now. Yeah, they are. But being a father doesn't keep you from being dumb. Anyway, I don't know, man. Look, they get a lot of publicity off that silly stuff, bro. They get a lot of silliness out of that. Zenith 360 said they get a lot of silliness out of that. Zenith said they still worried about Tank. Y'all cried wolf. Now it's on y'all doorstep. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut that soft shit up. Yeah, you got to stop. Yeah, you guys got to fight him. I haven't listened, though, dude, seriously, though, because I think people are really trying to avoid this conversation that Devin has to fight that guy. It is going to be a black mark on the rest. If he leaves that weight class and does not fight that guy, or if he says Gervonta Davis's name one more time, if he says Gervonta Davis's name one more time, Gervonta Davis's name needs to be completely out of Devin Haney's mouth. Completely. Completely. Because Shakur Stevenson called him out. Said you're the man. You're the A side. Already gave him the A side. He said he's the man in the division. You got all the belts. That's going to be a 60-40 split for you at the least. Nah, bro. Sorry, Starborn. You don't get to say it. You don't. Because you know full well that fight can be made. And you can't fight Gervonta. You know that. Gervonta Davis is with another network. You know that. You know it. Starborn, you are at least honest. You don't want the fight because you know he can't win. You know, at least you're honest. You know you don't want to see that fight because you know you believe Devin can't win it. So you're advocating for him to duck a better fighter. Gervonta Davis has, what do you call it? Has a Mickey Mouse belt. Gervonta has a Mickey Mouse belt. Why can't he win? Ask Starborn why he can't win. Starborn, who's winning? You said it yesterday, bro. You already said you got Devin winning. You got Shakur winning that fight. You've already said it. No, you don't, Starborn. You said it yesterday. You said that you have Shakur Stevenson in that fight, and you said it yesterday. You said it already. It's on record, brother. I don't forget. I don't forget. Is that shirt gray? If so, where'd you get it? I don't remember. That's a Nike shirt. I got it from I don't know, some sports store. Yeah, it's gray. Thank you, Marquis. Much love in that super chat, brother. Thank you for that support, bro. You already said that, though. So I already know the answer. I'm not asking you. You already said. that you think Devin Shakur wins that fight. Hey, he says Starborn said it, but he's still pledged in allegiance to Lord Haney. Hey, man, I'm just telling you, already said it. You already know. You guys, come on, man. Y'all, come on. Can we be real? You guys know that fight is 50-50 at absolute best for Devin. Dude, he's not. Dog, seriously. You don't think he's going to win that fight, man. You don't think he's going to win that fight, man. Y'all don't think he may, but y'all don't think he can. That's just a fact. Y'all don't think he can. Swisher said 50. King Swisher said 50-50. Right. Are you a Devin Haney fan, King Swisher? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I say he's a slight favorite. There you go. He's a slight favorite. 65-45. Yeah, you were polite about it. You got Devin as the underdog. So just say it that way. You have Devin Haney as the underdog to Shakur Stevenson, and you don't want him to fight a guy he's an underdog to. I can change the way that I phrase that, and it still works, bro. Shakur Stevenson is favored to beat him. If you put odds out on that fight, Shakur Stevenson is going to be the odds-on favorite to win that fight. I'll bet you money. I bet you money. If they put those odds out, Shakur Stevenson is going to be the odds-on favorite to win that fight. EJ, nah, man, no, that's my guy. Starborn's good people. Starborn comes on the panel, man. Xena360 said, Tanks in negotiations with Ryan Garcia. Unlike Haney, he don't clout chase people while negotiating with somebody else and lie to the public. Remember, Garcia, the same guy Haney got in the ring with. Remember, Garcia, the same guy Haney got in the ring with. Haney did get in the ring with Garcia? Oh, yeah, I remember that. I just don't listen to Devin talk no more. I said I just don't listen to Devin talk no more. Yeah, man, that would be wise, bro, because he ties you guys in knots, man. No joke. He ties you guys in knots. I couldn't do let me give you guys credit. I couldn't do what you guys do. I'm not that good. I can't do what you guys do. It's too hard for me to do it. It's too hard. And Yahar would say, Paul. It's too that is too difficult a task for me to say something that I just do not believe. Because I know you guys don't believe it. You just don't believe it. There's no way you don't believe it. No way you don't believe it. There's no way you believe what you're saying. None at all. That he shouldn't fight Shakur. That Devin Haney should not fight Lomachenko or Shakur Stevenson. John Bowie in the building. Much love in that super chat, bro. Nah, Fahim, it's both. Nah, it's both, bro. It's both. It's both. John Boy says Zenith in the building. Much love. Nah, brother, it's both. It's both, Fahim. It's both. It's both, bro. It's both, bro. Zenith360 said, now that I address what Tank doing, y'all can stop deflecting from Devin versus Shakur. Because according to Devin, he can fight who he wants in December. So why y'all not pushing for Shakur? Explain. Because they think that fight should happen at 140 pounds and not now. I don't know. There's literally no justification for it. There's literally no justification for it at all. Zenith 360, there's no reason whatsoever not to make that fight. Every excuse that you could come up with, every reason that Devin was seeking a fight with somebody else applies to Shakur seeking a fight with him. And every reason that somebody gave for Devin not fighting somebody does not apply to Shakur. Shakur Stevenson is the man. He's on the pound for pound list. He's on the pound for pound list. AC, it's not about there. They're not taking pay cuts. I'm not going to go into the budget aspect of this again. However, Shakur Stevenson's on the same budget. Shakur is literally on the same budget as Devin. The same budget. They're on the same network. It's the easiest fight to make. Muslim May said they do, Unc. It's called delusion. No, they don't. No, they don't, bro. They are trying to convince themselves. They try to convince themselves, but in your heart of hearts, you know. In your heart of hearts, you know. Trust me, I've listened to people. I listened. They have to go so far away from the subject matter, so far to the other subject matters, and so much into ad hominem attacks on people, right? That it's like, if all you can do is sit there and call somebody excuse my French, if all you can do is sit there and call somebody a pussy for 15 minutes, you got no argument. You just don't have an argument. Because you're very capable of making coherent arguments. Very. If I sit there, if you see me do this, if I say, Terence Crawford's just a pussy. Terence Crawford's just a pussy. Terence Crawford's just a pussy. He's just a pussy. He's just a pussy. Well, don't you think that he deserves some money up front? No, he doesn't deserve any money up front, because he would take it if he doesn't take no money up front, he's just a pussy. Only reason I would do that is I don't have any argument to support the fact that I'm supporting the idea that he deserves no money for a fight. Jesus, I cannot believe you guys even believe this man is accepting no money for a fight. I can't even believe you guys, but I can't believe you guys ever believed that. Did not immediately reject that the second you heard it, soon as it hit your ear. That no. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the idea that these fighters are not doing it for money, they're doing it for legacy. But at the same time, they're bragging about $1 million worth of gold, $1 million worth of platinum and diamonds that they buy every year. And you even believe that they bought them. You even believe that they do it. I don't believe for nothing these guys are buying $1 million worth of jewelry every year. You make $3 million after taxes every. You may make $3 million after taxes every year, and you spend $1 million of it on jewelry. I don't even believe that. And when you start selling me that, I don't believe the other things you say. Man, for all I know, you could get on that video with a guy and say, hey, man, make this video with me. I'll pay you $100,000 if you say that you bought this jewelry from me. And tell these cats you need to catch up. Hey, man, you need to catch up. Yeah, I got $1 million, man. You see this? I'm on my 5th dude. Yeah, on a commercial. You're literally doing a commercial. And I'm not supposed to see that's a commercial. That's a commercial. I don't believe it. Floyd Mayweather Jr. doing, and no disrespect to Floyd, but Floyd Mayweather Jr. doing Bitcoin. Oh, man, I'm on my Bitcoin. Man, you ain't buy that Bitcoin. You got paid. You may have got paid in some Bitcoin for saying it, but you got paid in some cash for saying it too. No, bro, that's why you got to put advertisement in there, man. You got to put, if you get paid for that, you have to say that's an advertisement, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to tell people that's an advertisement. Anyway, I don't buy half of that stuff. John Boy said, Blacksmith, Ross, Keith Nolan, Angie Wise, Fool. What's going on, Angie Wise, Fool? I ain't seen Angie Wise, Fool in a minute. Much love in that super chat, bro. And then my man, Mr. Henderson in the building. Suffanon, just want to support the channel as I'm a big boxing fan. I always listen to you live while working. Love the podcast, and it makes my working days go fast. Much love for Amsterdam. Man, that's what's up. You in Amsterdam? That's where I really wanted to go before I stopped smoking weed. That was on my bucket list to go to Amsterdam. But now all I got to do is go to Chicago for the same thing. Much love in that super chat, bro. Much love in that super chat. Thank you, man. Appreciate you so much, man. Zenith 360 in the building. Oh, he said the man, dude. Look, man, them dudes don't like me. Mike Kirkland, they don't like me at all. Don't like me at all. Ain't my fault, bro. Ain't my fault. That ain't nobody. Come on, man. Said, so if Devin has to go to 140 for Shakur, why is he calling out Tank? Because Tank dropped his 140 regular last year and said he's more comfortable at the lower weights. So it means Devin is just clout chasing. The obviousness of that, they're clout chasing. They're clout chasing. Let me give Devin some credit, bro. No, because I just remembered he said he could fight him in December. That goes out the window, bro. Floyd definitely advertised. Yeah, he's getting paid for that commercial, man. He's getting paid for that commercial. Absolutely, positively getting paid for that commercial. But anyway it goes, bro, there is no way out of that. But getting back to Errol and Spence, bro. A-Dub in the building said, watched a YouTuber last night who always avoid the Devin and Shakur fight. After Shakur's last fight, he was talking about Shakur versus Tank. What the F? That's because that camp does not want that fight. Devin doesn't want that fight. He doesn't want the fight. The end of the day is he doesn't want that fight. He said, damn, I said, believe it, Fanon. That's reasons boxers who made million during their careers bankrupt in their 40s. No, I don't believe that with Devin Haney. Devin Haney ain't going to go broke. Of all the boxers that may go broke, Devin Haney's the last one. Devin is not going broke. I promise you he's not going broke. Bill Haney is way too smart to go broke. No way. No way. Dude, Bill Haney is way too smart for them to ever go broke. Because they were rich when they went in the game. Devin will never go broke. Never. I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. Never go broke. That kid will have money till the day he dies. And may it be a very, very long time from now. I witnessed, first of all, dude, you got to understand, game recognizes game, bro. Dude, I know, dude, you got to realize a guy that is selling. Salesmen, the great salesmen usually do not go broke because they can sell anything. They are master salesmen. I will believe that number one, I will believe that they invested in that jeweler and financially support that jeweler before I believe they dropped $1 million on that. And if they dropped $1 million on it, they flipped that. That's because they flipped their money 5-6 times some other way before they got it. There's no way that boxing is the only income for Devin Haney. No way. Not with guys that are that smart. See, you guys, some of y'all think I hate on them dudes. I don't hate on them dudes. I have incredible respect for those dudes because I see how they operate. No joke. Those guys know what they're doing, and they are doing what they know to do to get where they are today. The thing runs into, however, when you leave the appreciation, for their business savvy, and you recognize their business savvy, and then you go into the actual boxing matches that are taking place, then you say, hold on here. I understand what you're doing, and I can respect that, but I'm not interested in that. Myself, sitting here in this chair, I'm not interested in that. I don't, what are you, I'm saying? What you eat don't make me shit. Right? In the great words of Jay-Z, what you eat don't make me shit. So I see what you're eating. Good job. What I eat makes me shit. So what I get, I want to see good boxing matches, bro. And I want to see all these. My purpose of it is, one of the purposes that I have is to support young black fighters. I've always said that. And the best I can do is be fair to them. I've never said that my purpose is like, what I really want to see is black fighters treated better than everybody else. Because I don't. I've never said with black people that I want black people to be treated better than everybody else. I don't. I just don't want black people to be mistreated. I don't want anybody else to be mistreated either. That's my viewpoint on it. Gervonta Davis, as far as the lingo coming out of that camp, is being mistreated, because you know full well you can't fight that man. But yet you're acting like he's ducking you. You're framing him for a duck when you know you already have a fight. That's misleading people. That's actually trying to mislead me. You're trying to mislead me. I know full well you're about to fight on October 15th. You know it. Gervonta knows it. Everybody knows it. So why are you saying something different? But to mislead people as it relates to a guy that has a bigger fan base than you. Because that makes people be more interested. It's the same thing people do to Floyd. It's the same thing people did with Ali. Same thing people would do with Errol. People will do it that's what's got what's his name? Keyshawn Davis running around there talking all kind of crazy. All kind of crazy. You know what I mean? All kind of crazy. And trust me, I know he's talking all kind of crazy. My man John Bowie in the building said they are not here. I'm just shouting them out because in case they listen later. Thank you, brother. You know what I mean? Devin ain't been poor, ain't never gonna be poor, bro. Get that man I'm gonna get that man all his credit, and I will never hold his credit back, man. He said, hell, Devin's little brother's in real estate. Man, you know full well them dudes ain't gonna go broke, man. I'm gonna tell you, they're not gonna go broke. And Gervonta's not going to go broke messing around with Leonard Ellerbe. Floyd Mayweather Jr. ain't never going to go broke. Man, these guys know what they're doing. Man, true story. The first time I ever met a Mayweather, they sold I ain't going to say who the Mayweather was, but trust me, because it wasn't a direct Mayweather. It wasn't a brother. Wasn't none of that. The very first time that I met him, I bought some fake press passes. The very first time I ever met a Mayweather was on a hustle. Okay? Them dudes hustle, bro. They hustle. Dave Williams in the building. What's going on, man? Much love. Hey, man, 139. This is more than 137 likes. Hey, man, there's 354 likes, man. Let's get them likes up, bro. He said, I'm coming in on this chat. It's 455 people watching and only 137 likes. Get off the live chat. Hit the like button. Come back. For now, we'll be here until about 12. Let's go, crew members. Yes, sir, man. Much love in that super chat, bro. Hey, tell Tank to shut his mouth up about us. We want Tank, Loma, Gary Anto. Yeah, exactly, bro. You ducking that boy, man. You ducking him. Nah, dude. Nah, Gervonta's not the one. Gervonta said they gave him an opportunity to fight him. He couldn't take the fight. You know what it is. Had he not smeared Gary Russell's name, I wouldn't care who he ducked. Hey, seriously, man, that smearing of Gary Russell Jr. was so, dude, that shit was let me down so much. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That shit, that whole thing broke my heart, man. Like, dude, I was hopeful, man. I mean, I was really, really hopeful till that happened. I was like, wow, wow. Everything people said about boxing is true. Y'all some dirty ass people, bro. Y'all dirty as hell. Y'all dirty, 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 dirty. Like dirty, 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 bro. And trust me, bro, as dirty as boxing is, bro, I've dealt with some cats that are real dirty. Politics, dirty, 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 dirty. When I lived around all white people for years. Years. My whole family's black, right? Church is black, all that. But I grew up in a black community. I grew up in a little white community where I thought to myself, you know, when I got to high school, I was like, man, I can't wait to get around more black people so I can hang around with black people. Because y'all don't know what these cats will do when you're the only black person around. They super dirty. Super dirty. I mean, cheat like you wouldn't believe. Don't care about nothing but you failing. I mean it. They don't care about no fair shots. They didn't care and will tell you. Back then, they tell you. You ain't getting no fair shot because you black. Period. We don't care. Quarterback is going to, I don't care if there's, dude, you could have a high school, you could have Michael Vick. You could have Michael Vick at your high school. I mean, for real, Michael Vick, a Hall of Fame level quarterback at your high school. And that dude is going to go to cornerback or running back. Guarantee you. No, not him. So I was like, man, eventually you're going to get away. Then I started dealing with black people on a professional level. And I was like, wow, y'all ain't no different. You just don't have any power. Give them some power, y'all behave the same way. Absolutely behave the very same way. Very same way. We'll cutthroat you in a heartbeat. And what happened to Gary Russell Jr. was so cutthroat. It was so cutthroat. Man, I was like, wow, bro. Zenith 360 said, John Boy said, Zenith, your logic is unbreakable, bro. You're killing these DuckTales dream. Oh, bro, it's done. I mean, it is. There's no way out of it, bro. Said, M dude's going to be, yeah, he is, bro. But the boxing was the last thread for me. Then I knew it. I was like, okay, I get it. All my education came together with that. I was like, okay, it's the role that the person is in, and people are going to do their roles, bro. People are going to play their role to the end. Bill Haney is going to be a promoter. That's what he's going to do, and that's his whole job, and he needs to do that job. No disrespect on him. If somebody is saying nonsensical things, it's because they're getting paid. Easy. Easy. It's because it's in their interest to do it. It's obvious. We're no different than, if they're doing something funny, you just got to find what their interest is and why they're doing it. I'll tell you what my interest is in this channel. My interest is that I want to retire. I'm going to be 50. I'm closer to 60 than I am to 40. So at a certain point in time, bro, I'm just going to want to be able to sit here and talk boxing and not take not stress my mind out. You know what I mean? Not have any type of, to be able to keep my head between my ears, keep plugging, talking boxing every day, grow my community and do all of that stuff. Right. That's why I do what I do. Not very hard to figure out. If somebody is out there just saying stuff that you're like, man, what is this? Just look for their interest. When you find their interest, you'll know what the deal is. Now I'm co-signing for 9 when I brought up my own points and receipts. Get the heck out of here. Yeah, dog. Let me tell you something, man. Am I referring to other channels? No, I'm talking about Twitter, people on Twitter, anybody. No, anybody. Anybody. A politician, your mother, doesn't matter. If your father's doing it. If for some reason your father just is saying some stuff, then it's like, hold on, man, you know that's not true. What is that? You just got to figure out, why is this? Oh, my mother's in his ear. That's why. Because he doesn't want to have to deal with my mother. Right? That's it. You just look for their motives. Man, none of these guys and everybody said, why do you think you were mistreated by black people? Was it because you were whiter than them? You want to get thrown out of here? I'm not whiter than any black person. No, I'm not whiter than anybody. I'm not white at all. You're either white or you're not. No. Mike Kirkland said, thanks for not selling out your opinion. No worries, brother. You guys support. Much love in that super chat, bro. You guys support. No joke. You guys support. You support. You support. I mean, like, no joke, bro. I'm not white at all. I'm not whiter than any black person, bro. Sometimes people didn't like because it was my fault. Other people because they got an interest in it. I've mistreated black people. I've mistreated white people. I've mistreated people. I'm not perfect in this. Pulling the white card, bro, I ain't got a lick of white. I am not white at all. I got some European in me. You know what I mean? I'm related to some white folk. That to me is like this. Like, I'm related to some rich people. I ain't rich. Put it that way. Think of it that way. For all you people who want to say you half white. No, you're not. You are 100% you, and you are related to some white people. That's what you are. Your mother is related to white. If your mother is rich and you ain't got no money, you're not rich. I ain't white. I'm just related to some white people. And I mean that wholeheartedly, bro. I'm a black American, and I know that. That's my reality. I am black American, period. That's what I am. And guess who else is that? So are you, Tiger Woods. So are you, Andre Ward. You're black American, bro. That's what you are. So you say what you want, but that's what you are. You know, you're indigenous. That you guys get into all that. I don't get into that. Look, bro, I said that people do things in their interest. I'm a Kappa, right? Or a Newt. I'm not going to get into that. That's off. I'm not going to get into it. Don't be confused, bro. Think about it a little longer. Go rewind and listen to what I said again, bro. Anyway, gotta move on, bro. He said, I'm black, but my grandmother, yeah, it's just what it is, bro. I'm black. I'm just related to white people. That's it. Yes, my mother wants me to take my DNA test very badly, and I continually promise and refuse at the same time. Like, I got to do it now, but I don't even want to see it. I don't want to do it. I got to do it for her. But I will do it for her because I promised her. I ain't gonna break my promise to my mama. You're looking for me? No, I needed a break, bro. I needed a break. Spence boots talk comparison. Tony was younger than McCallum. Tony was older than Jurov. Tony beat them both. Can go either way, yet it may be standing on. Says it's going to be. Oh, my son's sweet mate is a noob. Yep, bingo. Look, some people just, it was in their interest. Dude, trust me, man, I ain't been treated that bad, bro. I've had a really good life, bro. Yeah, I had to take a break, bro. My endurance for it isn't high. I start making stupid mistakes. So I realize I got to build up my mental endurance to play. Because I'll start making stupid mistakes and I'm not looking at all my options and not registering fast enough. My mind is a little tired for that. I've got to increase my endurance. Starborn. No joke. I have to increase my endurance. So I'm working out. It's important. You got to be even to be in good shape. Black is a phrase. I'm not even going to get into that, bro. I'm not going to get into that. You guys can say what you want. You know what I mean by when I'm black. I'm black. You know perfectly well. I cannot be directly connected to a landmass. I'm connected to every landmass. Literally. I'm connected to, there's not a landmass that I know of that I'm not connected to. I've already seen it. Asian, European, African. Only thing that I know, I'm literally in the Americas. I'm literally connected to every landmass. So which one? You know what I'm saying? Chicago. That's what I'm Chicagoan, bro. I'm an Illinoisan. There you go. That's the landmass I'm connected to. He say, I got you, bro. Yeah, I'm literally connected to every landmass. He said, hit the stairs to get that heart rate and quads up. Yes, sir. You know what that means. Am I connected to Antarctica? Probably. Probably, seeing as every landmass was one at a point. But I suspect that not that I know of, though. So fair point. Much love, Antoine McKinney in the building. Much love in that super chat, bro. Now I'm trying to tell you, I'm Chicago, bro. Yeah, said I'm black mixed with man. Hey, dude, you think I get it bad? My wife gets it bad. He said, I got you now. You said it without saying it. Much love and respect. Yes, sir, bro. I appreciate you. So if black race broke down, what? You guys are going to have to super chat these things, and I mean this. You guys asking for free. You had to decide which, if a race war broke out, and you had to decide which side you're choosing, I wouldn't have a choice. What you mean if it broke out? It already broke out. We lost. Fuck. Dude, what do you mean if a race war broke out? It broke out. They won. Okay? What do you mean they won? You didn't hear about them invading Africa and North America and Asia? What do you mean if one broke out? Shit. If one broke out. If it broke out, it broke out. We lost. Okay? What? Seriously, bro. That one. Europeans won. What? They started a war, bro. They started a war. That's what slavery was. They started a war everywhere. Invaded everywhere. Oh, I got Mike Kirkland. Yeah, I did. You guys got to study your history, bro. You missed Mike Kirkland super chat, and I agree, Mike. No, bro, I got it. I did, and thank you, brother. What's up in that super chat? What? You didn't hear about them chains? You didn't hear about them chains? And them plantations? You hear about that? You didn't hear about them work prisons they put a whole bunch of people in? What? It took dudes like 300 years to get out of those work prisons they put people in after they went to war. No, it's always fun to explain that because cats don't really understand that, bro. A lot of people say that, bro. Yeah, give me a minute, man. Anyway, bro, let's get back on boxing, man. Seriously. Whatever, brother. You say what you want. They surrounded. They surrounded. John Walker said, like we still not in a race war to this day, dude. It ain't, dude. It is a worldwide occupation, brother. It's a worldwide occupation, partner. Just to let you know. It's a worldwide occupation. And occupation has been going on for about 400 years of original occupations and the expansion of the occupation. Okay? That's why this whole half of the world speaks a European language. Okay? This whole half of the world speaks a European language. Come on now. Use your eyes now. Sean Lewis says, please let me know why you think Devin would lose. Because Shakur Stevenson has more weapons. Because Shakur Stevenson has more weapons. I think he's more skilled. I think he's more skilled, and I think he has more weapons. He has a better inside game. He has a better mid-range game. He's a southpaw. I think he's a better boxer. I think he's better on the outside. Every bit is good on the outside. Every bit is good on the outside. And better at mid-range and better on the inside. Shakur is one of the best fighters in all of boxing, bro. And that's no slight on anybody. That's no slight on anybody. Coolio passed? Hold on, man. Really? Oh, wow, man. RIP for Coolio, man. Wow. RIP to Coolio. Shakur is overrated. Okay, prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Fight him. Prove he's better. I'm not saying he doesn't have a chance. I just say I would favor Shakur in that fight. I would. I don't know who would win between Devin and Gervonta because of the size difference. But I don't think the size difference is big enough for Shakur. Stop saying anything to get red. Sheesh. Just if somebody's saying anything to get red, just go ahead and block them. Like I said, I got to stay towards super chats, bro. Only reason that these clowns will even pass my eyes, bro, is if there's not somebody supporting in the chat, bro. You know? Yeah, that's unfortunately, bro. That Coolio. Yeah, Coolio, bro. That's unfortunate, man. John Boy in the building said Shakur overrated, but you can't speak his name. No, I mean, if you think he's overrated, whatever, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, brother. That's a guy who needs to fight. For me. That's the fight to take place for me. No joke. That's the fight I want to see, bro. All the rest of that stuff, man. Whatever, brother. Make all your BS comments yellow, carry on. Yeah, pretty much, brother. Y'all got it. You guys are just out here pimping the system, bro. But I'll do Raja. I like Haney more, but Shakur is better. Although I do think Devin has a size advantage. He does, because Shakur is still a little fat at 130. Devin is completely dry at 135. That's 10 pounds of muscle or more. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. I do think that he's a bigger guy, but I don't think. Coolio, man, rest in peace, bro. I never disrespect anybody on their deathbed. Valley, I don't disrespect anybody. He is today. Rest in peace, Coolio. Coolio's bigger than Ali today. Rest in peace. I never disrespect people on their deathbed, brother. Never. Not even slightly, man. Not even slightly. I got a lot of Respect to Coolio. People had a hard time. Man, you know why people had a hard time? Because somebody is out there saying that. Somebody made a video. I don't know who it is. So trust me, I'm not talking about you. Whatever one of you guys out there that thinks every time I say something, I'm talking about you or talking about somebody. I'm not talking about you or anybody else. However, it is my guess that somebody made a video and used that logic. And they took it at face value. When you said people had a hard time understanding Errol Spence Jr. and Keyshawn's text, saying those people just can't understand the history and laws they read, you to go, bro. Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate you, bro. No, dude, somebody told them that, and they rode with it. And then I had to shit. Then I said something different, and then so they think I'm making it up. No joke, because people take the first thing they read as facts, and they may not like me. Not saying that that's the case with Windy City Assassins. Some people can honestly misunderstand that. But once you get the explanation, bro, it's just, it's pretty clear. There's really no other way to read that. Because Frank Martin's name was not mentioned in the tweet. You know what I mean? Frank Martin's name wasn't even in the tweet. You're saying that Errol was responding to himself. Why would Errol respond to himself? It's just a bad read. That's all it is. It's a bad read. But it's no big deal. I've read things incorrectly myself. I've taken videos down because I misunderstood something. I said that Terence Crawford said something because it was put on a video. And then somebody comes to me and says, hey, excuse me, Fanon, in not too polite terms, in not very polite terms. That video is old. He wasn't talking about this guy. He wasn't talking about this guy. He was talking about Gary Russell Jr. Look, he has braids and he has twists in his hair. He hasn't had twists in his hair since he talked about Gary Russell Jr. So you know what I did? I took my video down. Because it was obvious when somebody said, oh, you're wrong. I listened to what they said. I looked. I was wrong. I took the video down. I'm not infallible. I'm not infallible. I've had videos where somebody has called me and I'll say, Derek James has called me. I'm sorry for putting that there, but Derek James has called me and said, hey, man, you put out a video. That's not what I meant. I said, okay, man, I'm sorry. So all you got to do is tell me that's not what you meant. I'll take it down. Is that cool? He said, thank you. And that's all that is. It's not hard. People are wrong all the time, bro. People get wrong all the time. For you to say that Errol Spence Jr. is referring to Frank Martin is wrong. It's wrong. Frank Martin was not mentioned in that tweet. Wasn't. And he wasn't replying to himself. Because to respond to Frank Martin meant, if he was saying that about Frank Martin, you're telling me he ignored the tweet that he retweeted? He just ignored it? Why would you assume that he would retweet something and have put that in there for no reason? You have to jump to a conclusion. So far out of box, so far out, there's no reason to believe what you believe in. There's no reason to believe it. And I've gotten into arguments with my mother about that. I've been getting into arguments with my dad about that. I've done that for a long time, bro. Like, stop, bro. These guys are not telling. Dude, if 15 people are lying about you, they lying. That's how it works. You know what I mean? Like, no, man. And I'm telling you, man, people doing a lot of funny stuff, man, for that dough. And that's the truth. And I'm saying that about not any one particular person. I'm telling you, you people on YouTube are doing a lot of stuff for money. Everybody's doing, I don't know, there's not a YouTube channel probably out there that's not doing it for money because YouTube pays. These guys are making hundreds of thousands of dollars, man. They're just not penny. I'm telling you, it's not pennies. You know, back in the day when cats would be like, oh, you YouTube guys, you out here making YouTube videos for no. No. They're not making YouTube videos for pennies. Are you kidding me? No, they are not. You don't see guys having studios. You think they're doing it for videos if they got a brand new fucking studio and a new $150,000 Corvette behind them? They're not doing that shit for pennies. They're not. All of the days of, oh, you just some people. No, they're doing this shit for money, man. There's a lot of money out there. YouTube is big. YouTube is big. It's big. It's big. Y'all support my channel. It's big. What John Boy just did is big. Thank you, brother. And I'm not going to lie to you. You guys that support the channel are very important to the channel. Very important, bro. Very, very important. Guys, people like Detroit, you guys are very important. You're very powerful people. Very powerful people. You guys support and you guys help direct the message of boxing. It's a fact of the matter. If you guys did not support, I wouldn't do this. And trust me, they would be doing what they did before. When there was no YouTube, they were selling Eastern European fighters all over the place. So at least now you got people selling black fighters, but trust me, they selling them. They selling them. Highest bidder type shit. Believe it. Highest bidder type shit going on. You better believe it. The world of the influencer is serious. Like influencers, that is real. It's not fake. It's a technical term. And you get paid off how many views you get as an influencer on multiple platforms. No, man. People are motivated. I'm not saying these guys are lying. All of these, I'm not. I'm just telling you. You got to listen to everything that you hear critically. If I say something, and I don't fault trolls. I don't fault guys that criticize me. I don't. Now, if you disrespectful to me, don't be surprised. I might snap back on you. However, bro, that's because I'm like that. I'm froggy like that. If you say something back to me, I'm going to say something to you. It's just a weakness of mine. I could ignore you, but it'll be in my head. So I'm being honest with you. If you say something about me and I hear it, bro, I'm very, very likely to say something back to you. But I am not above you literally critiquing what I say. And I'm not asking you to take anything that I say at face value. You do not have to. Like if I say somebody told me this, I'm not saying you got to believe that. I'm not saying you got to believe that. I'm telling you this is what somebody told me. You can choose to believe it or you cannot believe it. On the real. But it is true that someone told me that. Right? People are not infallible, man. You shouldn't even listen to your local news channel like that. Why would you listen to a boxing channel like that and believe that everything that they say is the gospel? It's not. Human beings, bro, with opinions, motivations, all kind of stuff. The ability to say things in error, to make mistakes. I never claim that I don't make mistakes. Never. I'll tell you in a heartbeat, I do. In a heartbeat. Hold on one second. Let me roll down here, bro. John Bowie, I think I might have got to that. John Bowie said, Shakur is so overrated you can't speak his name, pretty much. And I'm sorry, I didn't even say thank you to Detroit. Says, salute, bro. Just buying lunch for you, brother. Thank you. Means a lot, man. Thank you so much for that support, man. It means a lot. That is not little. Thank you, brothers. Thank you so much for your support, man. And my man, Sway Jones said, appreciate you, Fanon. Watch your channel every morning, big dog. Blessings to you. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much for that, man. And I appreciate y'all watching me. This ain't no little thing, man. This ain't no little thing. And I mean it. Like cats know, bro. Said YouTube media don't carry boxing. YouTubers do. I agree with it. Y'all give us fans a daily place to talk to. I don't know if YouTube carries boxing. I don't know. I don't know. It's carrying the message. Much love in that super chat. Let me see what can I say about that. Since you put it in the super chat. I don't think so. As of right now, the people that are literally carrying it are the networks. But the fact that they're carrying it is a problem. There are a lot of people on YouTube that talk about boxing, and it's controlling the message. YouTube is controlling the message right now. And that's very clear. Because mainstream media has to react to what YouTube channels are saying. Do you know what I mean? YouTube channels are carrying the message because there's none of those guys can get out messages as widely or really as convincingly as YouTube channels are. You know what I mean? But I will still maintain, and I'm being honest to the journalists that are out there. If I will take the word, as long as they're not in their opinion, like their pound for pound lists or whatever, they're the ones that are actually giving out news. Jake Donovan actually gives out news. Like, and by that I mean something that is verified as true. That's who's really giving out the news. I still believe boxing journalists are doing that. Guys like Dan Rayfield whenever he does it, but Jake Donovan is the one that really sticks out to me in boxing scene. But it's really, really tough. They have a very tough job. I'm not anti-media. You know what I mean? I think everybody's doing their thing. Everybody has their place. But right now, YouTube definitely carries the message. No doubt about it. And it's very, very hard when it gives out the wrong message or self-serving messages. Because I don't think there's anywhere in boxing that where you get more self-serving messages than YouTube. And the problem is that these guys can't do it. Like you saw, like Jermell Charlo at a point was like, I'll just start my YouTube channel. He can't do it. That'll never work. And I mean it. It'll never work. Because you're a professional fighter. You don't have time to do 2 videos, 3 to do, what is this? Like 5, 6, 7 hours worth of content every day. You know what I mean? Like if you look at like some channels are doing like this channel, I do 2.5. I probably do 3 hours. I do between 3 and 3.5 hours of content every day, of new boxing content every day. 3 to 3.5 hours, right? They don't have time to do that in camp. And if you don't do it in camp and you stop doing it, then you go away. You know what I mean? And now it's so saturated. It's really so saturated that it's very, very hard for anybody to really, really get a boost. You know what I mean? Because it's really saturated. One thing that YouTube needs to be careful about, though, dude, is for real, because he's for real is just anyway. For the BS comments, it ain't yellow, but it's green. Keep cooking, OG. Facts over feeling. Thank you, brother. Much love in that super chat, bro. But here, this is why I'll say that, though. Who are the biggest names in boxing, bro? Oh, in my opinion, is Wilder Hall of Fame? Yes, he is. In my opinion, yes. Absolutely he is. Absolutely is. Hunter Young in the building said, hey, could they make a deal? Bud gets $8 million, guaranteed 20%. Spence gets $2 million, 80%. Does that make sense? Guaranteed 80%? No, it doesn't. There's no way I would take that if I was Errol. No way I'd take that if I was Errol. I would never do that if I was Errol. I would never do that if I was Errol. He's going to get an 80-20 split for the guaranteed money, you're getting no back end off that. I'm getting 100% of the pay-per-view. And in that scenario, it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work because Bud won't promote the fight. When you do it like this, Bud has no motivation to promote the fight because he's not getting any back-end money. He got it all up front. So is he going to actually promote the fight? Right? Bro, I'm over here crying. What you crying about, bro? Zenith says, Devin said he's available to fight who he wants in December, Starborn. So that's a direct contradiction to your claim. So you're lying or he's lying. Ah! I love these things. I love when y'all go at it, bro. I love it. I can't. Hey, man, James Vaughn, huge in that chat, bro. He said, James Vaughn said, hey, Martin, I just appreciate your boxing IQ and your content. Let's get them likes up. Thank you, brother. That's huge, bro. Much love in that super chat, bro. No joke. Much love in that super chat. Thank you, man. So nah, man, I don't believe that, man. I do not believe that YouTube is carrying boxing at all. Because we rely on the boxers. Dude, let me tell you, man, if Gervonta Davis ain't selling tickets, if people are not interested, people are interested in boxers. And to the head, you have to talk about the boxers that people are interested in. It's not the other way around. I mean it honestly. I mean this very, very honestly. I'm being as honest as I can be. And I don't think anybody is a better expert than I am. A bigger one than I am. Some other people can think differently than I do. But I will tell you, no, boxers carry boxing. Errol Spence Jr. Deontay Wilder, Gervonta Davis. Dude, they're carrying it. In United States boxing, they're carrying boxing. No joke. They're carrying it. They're carrying it. Dude, you can't do anything without Gervonta. Dude, if I'll get 20,000 views on a video with Errol and Terence, and I'll demand shout out to Terence and shout out to Errol, bro, and I mean this. Dude, if I do a video about Speedy Rashidi Ellis versus Jamal James, bro, I might get 600 views. If I get 1,000, I may get 1,000 because that's the hardcore of the hardcore. Canelo too. Canelo's not quite doing it like what Canelo should be doing. Canelo could do more for boxing by fighting people because he has the option to do so. But no, bro, boxing relies on those boxers. And even Tyson Fury, bro. Tyson Fury too. Tyson Fury gave a lot of excitement to boxing over the years when he's fighting Deontay Wilder. You're only as good as your content and the subject matter that you have to talk about. No joke. So anyway, now maybe other people are because there are bigger channels than me. You know what I mean? But I think that's kind of like saying that the Wade concept is carrying the UFC. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Wade concept, because the Wade concept, you're not familiar with. Dude, he's bigger than any YouTube boxing channel. By far. I mean, by far. This dude will do a video and he'll have 100,000 views in the first, like, I've seen this dude get 100,000 views in the first 30 minutes. Shit's bananas. How many people watch, how many of them dudes watch the Wade concept? For boxing videos and UFC videos, he's not carrying the UFC. He's not carrying boxing. So nah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know about all that. I got it. And plus, I've never been the one to throw the media under the bus, bro. Like, there definitely are some biased ass dudes that are in there, getting paid. But shoot, at this point, YouTube channels getting paid just like those media guys are getting paid. I mean that, and I literally dudes YouTube channels making more than these dudes. No joke. Some of these YouTube channels are making more than those journalists are making. Right? Because I can't see everybody's money. Obviously, I can only see what happens over here. But if I extend it, and I do basically what I know the situation is, there's a lot of YouTubers that make way more money than that are covering mainstream media. And they're definitely getting paid by fighters to represent the interests of fighters. So at this point in time, what's the difference between them and old media? Nothing. They're doing the same thing. Once you are literally become somebody that is getting paid by a boxer, and I don't besmirch anybody for doing it, get your money. No joke. Life ain't easy. You got to do what you got to do. But what's the difference between them and what you claim that Dan Rayfield does, or that Dougie Fisher does? Dougie Fisher's getting paid by Golden Boy Promotions. That's who's writing the checks to him. And I do believe it's reflected in what I see him produce. Same thing with Dan Rayfield. Dan Rayfield had a contract with ESPN. ESPN, and he's in the Boxing Writers Association of America. That's how these guys are getting jobs and going around. And I think you see it in their content. I see the same thing happening on YouTube. You have men and women who are definitely being supported by outfits aside from their viewers. So you see that reflected in their content. It's none of that is ever going to change. The medium, that's why I always tell you that the medium is not as important, is really irrelevant. Whether or not you're putting it out you're actually writing it down in written form, or whether you're doing it in a video form, or whether you're doing it in a live stream form, it's really no difference. It's what's the interest behind the person that is doing it. There are some YouTube channels that do not care about views at all. They don't care about views. And I can tell you just by looking at their videos who they are. They're not motivated by ad revenue at all. Right? Some channels, you know who they are. They get paid by super chats. They get paid by ad revenue. They may subsidize it a little bit with maybe, opening their platform to a fighter and doing that type of stuff. But human beings are human beings at the base root of it. Human beings are human beings. Humans are humans. We all have some of the base same motivations. These lights have to get paid for, right? They have to. I had to eat something this morning. This water got to come out of a fountain, right? So you know that, but you don't besmirch people for that. But you can recognize it and say, okay, if I'm listening to NBC and they start talking about, a war, okay, well, who's their advertisers, right? If you have somebody that's pitching inoculations, right? They're pitching inoculations. Well, are they supported by the pharmaceutical industry? Because I couldn't imagine how much money the pharmaceutical industry is making off of COVID vaccines and COVID tests, right? If they're against natural immunity, right? Well, why? Because natural immunity, you can't get paid on no natural immunity, right? If they say get a test, get a shot if you didn't already have it, that's going to cut down everybody that already had it, right? So, we live in a capitalistic world, so that at the very base, and capitalism is based on human needs and providing for your essential needs and your perceived needs. So you already know the game. You know the game. Just apply the game. And don't hate anybody for playing the game, but it is the game. You know what I mean? So support people that you think are giving you it as true as you can, as they can give it. You know what I mean? You guys get on me because I don't make videos about Speedy Rashidi Ellis. Y'all don't watch them. And I mean it. Y'all don't watch them. Trust me. I would love to jump right now and make a Speedy Rashidi Ellis video about Speedy Rashidi Ellis and what he would do with Emmanuel Stanionis. But the fact of the matter is you're not going to support it because you don't want to see it. I already know. You will not listen to it. You won't watch it. You won't. I Swole Bro said at this point, if the fight is in November, it's to happen, it's November. It's too late for either fighter to self-promote the fight, in my opinion. I agree, bro. It's too much, man. It's too long, bro. What's up in that super chat, bro? No doubt. I agree 100%. Jeff Miller in the building said, of course the fighters do. I was speaking between media contents. ESPN ain't moving the needle for fans on the sport. y'all YouTubers are. Yeah, well, if you talk about that, I would say, okay, that's probably fair. I would probably say they're not moving the needle for fans on the sport. No, they're not. I agree with that because ESPN treats it as a secondary sport. That I can agree with. If that's what you meant, no doubt. I can agree with that. YouTube does a way better job of promoting fighters than ESPN is. No, let me put it this way. YouTube does a better job promoting fighters than the promoters do. ESPN isn't just, what do you say? Oh, too many Canelo haters in this chat. Hey, man, there's a few chats earlier. Oh, okay. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, there's a lot of Canelo haters. And honestly, I got to tell you, Mr. Gonzalez, for good reason, bro. I think they got problems with him for good reason. He said, every time I ask somebody about Devin saying he's available and flexible, they avoid the topic and run away because they don't want him to fight, bro. They don't want him to fight. I'm telling you, they don't want to fight him. You can cut that any way you want to cut it. They don't want to fight him. The way social media is set up nowadays, I think it's up to the fighter, their team, to make their name hot. Dude, you got to knock people out, bro. You got to knock people out, brother. You got to give them highlights, man. He lying or y'all lying, no other way around it. Hey, dude, they're not trying to make that fight. Dude, you can hear it in their voice, man. They don't want that fight. Dude, some of y'all may have some problem with some reading comprehension, bro, but y'all know damn well you ain't got no problem with no hearing comprehension. They don't want that fight. Bill Haney said that he ain't heard from Shakur, so it is a publicity stunt. Bill Haney does not believe that is a publicity stunt. Bill Haney does not want to fight. They do not want that fight. He said, we all agree that we'll fight sometime when the time is right. He doesn't want that fight. When you say we'll fight when the time is right, is the time right now? The only time is right now. Is the time right now? He doesn't want that fight. Anybody, they don't want that fight. They don't want that fight. It ain't no question. They don't want that fight. Devin Haney fans don't want that fight. Don't want that fight. I've yet to hear somebody say we want that fight for Devin. I have not heard Devin said he wants that fight. No, you don't want that fight. You don't want that fight. Just be honest. You don't want that fight. You don't want that fight. I said he don't want that fight. I don't have to call somebody a liar that didn't speak a lie. I don't know if Devin Haney called. I don't know if anybody called Bill Haney or not. I don't think he wants that fight. You don't want that fight. They're not at 140. You don't want that fight. Terry Schmoot, they're not at 140. So you don't want that fight. You don't want 140. You don't want that fight. They're not at 140. Devin Haney does not hold any belts at 140. Shakur wants to fight him for the belts. You don't want to fight him for the belts. You don't want that fight. You don't want that fight, Sarborn. You don't want that fight. You don't want that fight. Shakur Stevenson said exactly why he wanted to fight Devin. He doesn't want to fight him for the money. He wants to fight him for the belts. He said he wants to fight him next at 135 for all the belts because Devin has the belts. That makes Devin the man. If Devin is at 140, Devin's not the man at 140. He doesn't have any belts at 140. So you don't want the fight. It is realistic right now. What are you talking about? It's not realistic. It's more realistic than, damn, it's as realistic as any other fight. It's as realistic as any other fight. Shakur Stevenson does not make any more money than Lomachenko does. He fights for the same promoter, and he's available. All you got to do is both sides have to say no. Devin Haney has to tell Bob Arum, I want to fight Shakur, and Shakur goes and says, Bob, I want to fight Devin. Period. That's all they got to do. That's not any easy. It's not any higher to make. It's not any harder to make than any other fight. And it's a big fight. We have 3 fights before him. You do not. You got 1. You have 1. You've got a contract with Top Rank. But guess what? He is with Top Rank. He wasn't going, Mr. King, he isn't going to 140 when it comes to Gervonta. He's not going to 140 when it comes to Gervonta. When it comes to Gervonta, he's at 135. Do you want to see Gervonta? Are you waiting for Gervonta to go to 140, Starborn? If you're not waiting for Gervonta to go to 140, there ain't no reason for you to be waiting for Shakur to go to 140. I ain't stopping nothing. You know I'm right. There is nothing holding back that fight. Those guys fight for the same promoter, Bob Arum. Shakur Stevenson is in that weight class. He is a bigger draw than Lomachenko is. He called him out for a fight at 135. That fight is very doable. It is more doable than a Gervonta Tank Davis fight, who is not on ESPN, who is not with Top Rank. And Bob Arum has he has a contract with Bob Arum. And guess what? So does Shakur. So Bob Arum is not prevented from making that fight because Bob Arum doesn't have to negotiate with anybody but Bob Arum. You know this. Don't fake. You know this. Don't fake. That's why you can talk all that sideways shit somewhere else. But when it comes here, you got to shut up. There's no way you can get out of that. There's no way. Tell Tank to activate his mandatory. He doesn't have a mandatory. Tell Tank to activate his mandatory. He doesn't have a mandatory. He just beat his mandatory. You want Shakur, you want Tank to go to the WBA and ask him to make him the mandatory for Devin. Why would he do that? Devin already said he wants to fight him. Why would you activate a mandatory for somebody that says they already want to fight you? What sense does that make? A mandatory is for somebody because they did not agree to fight you. If somebody already agreed to fight you, why would you ever become a mandatory? To make it easier on Devin, because that way Devin can get out of his contract. Nah, bro, there ain't no game. First of all, I don't even understand how you even think that works. I don't even understand how you think that works. Devin is sure Gervonta is going to give up. So, oh yeah, take the short end of the stick and ask a guy to become a mandatory that already said he wants to fight you. Dude, that is the stupidest argument. Okay? It's stupid. All that is just one of a laundry list of things that you can say. If this falls apart, go to this argument. If this falls apart, go to that argument. If this falls apart, go to that argument. If that falls apart, go to this argument. That's like argument 10. That's like argument 10 on the list of legitimate reasons to make that fight. First of all, Gervonta just had a mandatory. Gervonta is the one that gets the mandatory, not Devin. Okay? Number two, Gervonta Davis. Number one, Gervonta Davis is the bigger money fighter. And Devin already said he wanted to fight him. So there's no reason to activate a mandatory. That's like Jamal Charlo. That's like Jamal Charlo telling Canelo Alvarez, I want to fight you. And Canelo Alvarez saying, going to the WBC and saying, will you please make me Jermall Charlo's mandatory? Why? Why would Canelo, instead of just taking the fight with Jermall Charlo, why would he go and become the mandatory? That's silly. You're just trying to make it Gervonta Davis's fault that Devin Haney has a contract. Which is why I'm telling you, you guys' arguments are so patently bullshit that they have to come from Devin. They have to come from Bill Haney. Because it's not bullshit for Bill Haney to say it, because Bill Haney's his promoter. That's his job. Just like Eddie Hearn, it's his job. Or Don King, it's his job. Or Bob Arum, it's his job, because they're the promoter. They're an advocate for their fighter. Their job is to say things that make their fighters look good. That's their job. That's like you faulting a lawyer for arguing that a guy is innocent, even though you think and everybody else thinks the man is guilty. It's that lawyer's job to be an advocate and provide for him a defense. That's his job. There's nothing wrong with an attorney who represents a guy that everybody even sees on tape shot him. Because that's his right. That is his job. He must be an advocate. If he cannot be an effective advocate, he has to recuse himself. Okay? The judge has to be impartial. If the judge can't be impartial, he has to recuse himself. Bill Haney's job is to represent Devin Haney. That's his job. It's not your job. Unless it is your job. And the only reason that I can think you would defend something as ridiculous as this man, Gervonta, can become a guy, the B-side's mandatory to get the B-side out of a contract that he has nothing to do with, is on this guy's shoulder. It is so ludicrous that anybody that says it, I have to think you're suspect. Okay? I have to. Me, being a neutral observer of it. It's silly. You would never do it. Nobody would ever do that. Nobody would ever do that. Nobody. Zenith 360 says Shakur and Devin more realistic than Tank versus exactly. Much more realistic. Much more realistic. But y'all can put some draws in all of that other stuff, though. I mean, for real, put some draws on that stuff. John Boy in the building, bro. Hey, Fanon, been a while, hard to hear knowledge. It's tough to hear, bro. Hey, John Boy said, Haney been calling everybody out forever. Now the fights are possible. It's excuses. What has Loma done and Shakur? And what has Loma done and Shakur's a stunt? It just tells you right now what's going on, bro. Fanon got to be trolling with a big man. Seriously, bro. Big stepper, please. I got to be trolling. That shit is stupid, bro. And you know it. Ain't nobody in the world doing that, bro. That's done. That's dumb. You tell me somebody that's the A side that purposely went and petitioned to become the mandatory for somebody that already wanted to fight him so that they could take a short end of the purse. You might as well just say, Gervonta, why don't you just pay the step aside money to George Kambosos to make the fight? That would be more reasonable. Hey, Gervonta, why don't you loan me the money to pay the step aside? Dude, the fight date was already set. The fight date was already set. When he said it, the fight date was already set. He said, Devin might not want Shakur but I bet he wouldn't be acting like Crawford is now if it lines up. Dude, I don't understand. This seems like he is acting like Crawford to me. Matter of fact, Crawford ain't even doing that. Crawford ain't telling Devin. Crawford is not responding to Errol like, hold on, man. Errol, you need to petition the WBC so that I can become your mandatory. Oh, Errol needs to petition the WBO so that he can become my mandatory. He did that with Sean Porter, bro. Oh, stop lying, Skeezy. I'm not interested in you. Get out of my channel, bro. Get out. Go away. See you later, man. I'm not interested in you. Because you know perfectly well what I said. He can make that fight. But all of a sudden, he's got Lomachenko. He didn't have Lomachenko when it was Gervonta. He ain't even fought George Kambosos yet, but he got Lomachenko. He didn't have Lomachenko before. Why does he magically have Lomachenko now? Nah, Skeezy's up out of here. No, he did not make the decision to move up, Big Stepper. You're not. No, he didn't. What? Make up your mind. Is he fighting Lomachenko or is he moving up? Is he fighting Lomachenko or is he moving up? He didn't say he's vacating that belt. He hasn't even fought Kambosos yet. You're making an excuse. No, Curtis, you cannot have a wrench. Dude, just last week, he wasn't even fighting Loma last week. Last week. All of a sudden now he's signed to fight Lomachenko. What changed? Literally nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. From the time that you guys said he could fight Gervonta Davis because he could fight Gervonta Davis because he wasn't even signed to fight Kambosos. And then he doesn't have to fight Lomachenko. I was listening to say you guys were saying the same stuff. But now all of a sudden, dude, y'all don't want that fight. Be honest, y'all don't want that fight. You don't want that fight. Do you want the fight? Let me ask you right now, do you want that fight? Big step up. Do you want that fight? Now you better call Bill first. See if it's okay to say that. Go check what your answer has to be and then tell me, do you want that fight? Or come up with whatever excuse it is that you got on your list. Go to your talking points. Yes or no? Do you want this fight or not? Shakur wants to fight. Do you want to fight? Starborn was very blunt with his. He said, no, I don't want that fight. I wanted it 140. Oh, you don't want that fight. Do you want that fight at 135 next? Or do you want it somewhere down the road? So you want it somewhere down the road. Hey, Detroit said, no, as a Devin hand, I do not want that fight at 135 for Devin or Shakur. Yeah, like I said, as a Devin fan, you don't want that fight for Shakur. Man, y'all ain't confident, bro. You know it. Just fess it up. Just fess up. Just fess up. You don't want the fight. Obviously. Now, guess what? If Gervonta Davis said the same thing, y'all be calling Gervonta Davis every kind of duck under the sun. But Gervonta's the duck. Gervonta's the one that's in public. Gervonta Davis is the one that is in protective custody, but you don't want Devin to fight a guy in his same weight class, in his same weight class that called him out. And Gervonta's in protective custody. We want them both in their prime. They're in their prime right now. Now Shakur's not in his prime. Devin's not in his prime. You want him in their prime. Detroit, you know you might. Man, you know y'all. I'm just trying to tell you, y'all got to stop. Y'all have to stop. You have to hit the pause button. You got to, just like me with this live stream, I got to stop. Then tell him to move to 135. Why you want to fight Gervonta then? If he's weight drained, then I thought he had a Lomachenko fight. He'll be weight drained now. He'd be weight drained for Gervonta. Gervonta's not going. You want Gervonta to go to 140 for him too? Yeah, Devin ain't the best. Man, y'all sound like real scary. Bro, y'all sound scary. Just telling you. You guys don't believe you can win this fight, bro. You trying to weight drain Lord Haney for Shakur? He's the 135-pound champion. What do you mean? Shakur Stevenson was at 130 in his last fight. He's moving up in weight. How is a guy moving up in weight draining a guy that's the undisputed champion in the weight division? Oh, my Lord. I never said that. I don't care who. Oh, no worries, Detroit. I'm messing with you. Don't worry about it, Detroit. It's all good. They said he weight drainer. Bro, I'm trying to tell you. Do you understand how bad y'all make him? Bad y'all make that man look? Blessings to you in the chat. Thank you, Herbert Johnson. Thank you for your support. Really. Wow. Wow. Then why does he want to fight Gervonta? Detroit, why does he want to fight Gervonta? Why does he want to fight Gervonta? Why does he want to fight Gervonta? Why does he want to fight Gervonta then? Sean Carter, we all know styles make fights, and Devin and Shakur is a better matchup than Tank. And Tank will have to knock out to win instead of box. First of all, I don't even know if any of that's true. I just want to know all about that stuff. Money, easy fight, legacy. First of all, that ain't no easy fight. Okay? And you just want it because you think he can win. But you don't think he can beat Shakur. I get it. That's what you call a duck. That's called a duck. It's called a duck. If you want to fight Gervonta because you think you can win, but you don't want to fight Shakur because you don't think you can win, that's called a duck. It's a duck. Easy. So you want Devin to duck Shakur. Because you think Shakur, it's going to be too hard a fight for Devin. You guys would be lambasting any Gervonta Davis fan that said anything like that. Shakur, Starboard said, if the fans want it, let's do it. The fans want it. I'm just telling you, man, you guys, there's no room left. And you think I'm hating. There you go, Big Stepper. You didn't answer the question. I hate to throw you out. Nice debater's trick, Big Stepper. Like I said, I asked you yes or no, do you want to see the fight? I waited for you, and you came back with your counterpoint. That is not, do you want to see the fight or not? Do you want to see the fight or not? I'm not talking about situations that do not apply. I'm not interested in that. I'm going to talk about the actual subject at hand, not hypotheticals that are not direct. We have actual facts to talk about here, okay? Not interested in you sidestepping my question, Big Stepper. Big step aside. Not interested in the big step aside. Nice try, though. Yes or no, do you want to see Shakur Stevenson fight Devin next at 135? Not interested in your step aside. Nice try, though. Don't big sidestep the question. Don't big sidestep the question. You big sidestep, because the answer is no, partner. The answer is no, you don't want to see that fight. Tank need to get Ryan out of there, man. Tank ain't even in this question. Tank ain't even in this. This is about Shakur and Devin. This is about Shakur and Devin. We all know you want to see Gervonta fight. You want to see Devin fight Gervonta. You know that. And are claiming that Gervonta is ducking Devin. Even though Devin Haney had a fight scheduled and a 2-fight contract with 2 more fights on his contract with Bob Arum, where he has to fight somebody that Bob Arum promotes in practicality. Then you got a guy that Bob Arum promotes, moves to the weight class, sold out, had 10,000 tickets, does 1 million views on ESPN, is a big name fighter, is a top 10 pound for pound fighter. Devin, you guys say Devin's busy. But you can't tell me what he's busy with. Oh, he's busy with Lomachenko, but just when it was Gervonta, he wasn't busy with Lomachenko when it comes to Gervonta, though. Hey, big stepper. Is Devin busy with Lomachenko if Gervonta Davis wants to fight him? No, he's not. He doesn't have to sign that fight. He's not signed for that fight. He can do what he wants. He can fight Gervonta in December. That's what he said to Steven Espinoza. I can fight him in December. Can you fight Shakur in December? No, I'm sorry. I'm busy with Lomachenko. You guys are gone. You're gone. You're gone. And when I mean you're gone, I mean, God dog, get off the chessboard, bro, before they throw you out the building. Seriously, man, I'm about to call security on you. This delusional dude keeps thinking the game is over. That's checkmate. That's checkmate right there. His king is in that corner. The queen is right there, catty cornered from him. And there is a rook right next to the queen and right next to the king. That is checkmate. He cannot move. He cannot take either one of those pieces without putting himself in check. That is checkmate. You are in checkmate. Will you stop admitting you're not in checkmate? If you are available to fight Gervonta Davis in December, you are available to fight Shakur in December. You can't say he is not, he has a Lomachenko fight coming up scheduled when it's Shakur. But when it's Gervonta, he doesn't have it scheduled. You cannot say those two things. They cannot be both. They cannot be true at the same time. Which means either way you move, you're in check. Give up the board, bro. You don't think Devin Haney can beat Shakur Stevenson. And you don't want to see the fight. So you're okay with a duck. Because that's a duck. By anybody's definition. Anybody's. Because he's not signed to fight Lomachenko yet. He hasn't even beaten George Kambosos. And Lomachenko is not as mandatory. And I would say that Shakur has a better chance of being as mandatory than Lomachenko does. Because Shakur is still, every observable fact, still the WBO super champ. The WBO did not mandate that fight. So that is not a mandatory for Vasily Lomachenko. It is an older fighter with multiple losses. Right? You don't want a guy that is young, that is an Olympic silver medalist, that is in the top 10 pound for pound, and that literally said, I want that fight with you. There's no way you can claim Gervonta Davis is ducking Devin, that Teofimo Lopez is ducking Devin, that Vasily Lomachenko ducked Devin, and not say Devin is ducking Shakur Stevenson. There's no way you can say that. Unless you're being dishonest. And this horse is a dead horse. There's no way out of this argument other than you pulling something out of your ass. Like trying to get me to talk about, well, tell me what, by your logic, if Roger Federer was playing Rafael Nadal in the 1972, man, I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. Shakur called that guy out in the ring. It wasn't a publicity stunt. And if that's a publicity stunt, then you got dang on know for sure Devin Haney calling out Gervonta is a publicity stunt. You know it. If that's a publicity stunt, then so is that. Why is it a publicity stunt for Shakur, but it's not a publicity stunt for Devin? Because Shakur doesn't have a fight signed up. He doesn't already have a fight date. He doesn't have a rematch clause with anybody. He's moving into the weight class. He's a world-class fighter. Why is that a publicity stunt? But saying you want to fight Gervonta Davis when you already have a rematch, but yet saying, oh, it's easy to get out of it. You just need to pay my step-aside money or go to the WBA and try to become my mandatory, something you ain't never seen happen before, but that's not a publicity stunt. Man, just give it up. Give it up. There's a lot of promotional nonsense going on, and you guys are okay with it when it works to the benefit of Devin and to the detriment of Gervonta. But you're not okay with it when it's the detriment when it's to the detriment of Devin and to the benefit of Shakur. Because when Shakur don't fit Devin's plans, then it's not a duck when it don't fit your plans. That's all you can say. It doesn't fit Devin's plans. We would rather have it at 140, a weight class you never even know if Shakur Stevenson may not go to 140 pounds for the next 5 years. He may not go. The man moved from 126 to 135 to 140s to one. We moved from 126 to 130 to 135. He may not see his fourth weight class for another 5 years. Shakur, Crawford went from 135 to 140 to 147. He has been at 147 for almost 5 years. It may be the tail end of Shakur Stevenson's career before he gets to 140. And when he does that, he may just skip it and go straight to 147 where the money is. Come on, man. Be fair to people. Be fair to people. I'm not being unfair to Devin. You're being unfair to Gervonta. You're being unfair to other fighters with the line that you're selling. And you know I'm telling you the truth because it is irrefutable logic. Zenith 360 said, Drain, they saying Haney been weight bullying. Are they saying Haney's been he's being weight bullied by a guy moving up in weight? Because he won't move up 2 weight classes to fight him. Literally is ridiculous, bro. Y'all keep saying it's Loma, but the same breath still calling for a Tank fight. Exactly. Literally at the same time, bro. Literally at the same time, bro. Literally at the same time. Watch. The video's going to come out. But since you can't do it, you know what the story is? Gervonta's ducking Shakur. Gervonta is ducking Shakur. Gervonta is ducking Shakur. Gervonta is. The guy that Shakur Stevenson just said, no, man, he's not the man Devin is. I want Devin. He could have said Gervonta's name. He specifically said, I don't want any of them little belts that don't mean anything. Talking about Gervonta's. You know when he wants to beat Gervonta? Do you know when Shakur Stevenson wants to fight Gervonta? After he beats Devin. That's what he wants. He wants to fight Devin. He wants to fight Shakur after he beats Devin. Very clearly. I want all the belts. I couldn't get undisputed at 130. So I want all the belts here. That's not it is. Yeah, it is, bro. They already saying Tank ducking Shakur. Yeah, Tank's ducking Shakur, but the guy with all the belts with the same. Look, Tank is ducking Shakur, but the guy with all the belts in the same promotional company that the guy called out is not ducking him. I said best live in the last 2 days, bro, and DuckTales lame as F, bro. It's terrible, bro. It's good. Thank you, bro. Tank waiting on him, line him up. Look, literally, you guys are trying to tell me this. You're trying to say Shakur Shakur, who called out Devin, who has all the belts. And I do believe people were saying not too long ago, what happened to boxing when money is more important than the belts? Once Devin gets all the belts, nobody wants Devin. Once Devin gets all the belts, then Shakur says, I want all the belts. You say, that's a publicity stunt. He don't really want all the belts. He is just a publicity stunt. He don't really mean that. He don't really mean that. But the guy that says, but Gervonta is ducking the guy that called out Devin for all the belts, who is with his own promotional company. But it's the guy with no belts that the guy didn't call out because he said, I want Devin. I don't want any of them little belts. But it's Gervonta doing the ducking. I want to know how you take that shit seriously. I'm asking you very, very sternly. How do you even take that shit seriously? How do you say that? Fanon, roughly using your analogy, Devin's fans and his teams are playing street game, but Bob is playing chess game. It's checkmate on Devin. No way Bob will skip making this fight. Let me tell you, bro, I can't speak for Bob Arum because Bob Arum may turn around and say, no, I want Loma to get the fight. Bob Arum may say that. He may very well say that. Terrell said, didn't Loma give up a belt so he wouldn't have to fight Devin? If not, why did he give it up? He didn't give it up. He got elevated. I've answered that question a million times. He didn't give it. He got elevated to a higher belt in the same. He got elevated to a higher belt in the same weight division. And no, he didn't do it not to fight Devin, but who cares? Who cares? That has absolutely nothing to do. That has absolutely nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. There's a franchise championship. He got elevated to the franchise championship. That's it. The WBC, Bob Arum asked the WBC to elevate him to WBC super champion. He still held a WBC title. It was the higher title. That's why he did it, I suppose. But I could care less. So what? So what? What does that have to do with anything? And I mean that very respectfully because I've been on this channel a long time. I'm about to get off. Much love to everybody in the chat and the super chat, but literally that is just a distracting point. That doesn't mean anything related to the topic. The fact of the matter is Lomachenko wants to fight him now. Devin Haney is the undisputed champion. He has all the belts. Shakur Stevenson called him out. Gervonta Davis is not available. He's not available when you guys said that Gervonta Davis was ducking him. Devin wasn't even available to fight him. Was not available to fight him. There's no impediment to Devin and Shakur fighting each other. None. They're with the same promotional outfit. They fight on the same network. They can agree to a reasonable purse split because neither one of them are big money producers. So even the purse isn't a problem. With Gervonta, the purse is a problem because that fight's got to go to Showtime for Gervonta, and those guys are locked down on ESPN. There's no such problem. It's an easier fight to make. It's a fight Shakur said he wants. And you guys won't even entertain it, which is bananas to me. You guys won't even entertain it. Won't entertain it. I could see, because honestly, man, let me tell you, I know I'm going long today, but for real, I'm so shocked at the way you guys are behaving because I would swear you'd say, bring on Shakur. I was certain of it. I thought for sure that I mean, as much as I know some of y'all are just riding with anything Haney says, when you guys refuse to ask for a fight with Shakur, honestly, I'm surprised. Stop the cap, you know Bob going to make. No, I don't know that. I think that may be true, but I don't know that. But I'm going to tell you, I had no idea you guys would behave like this. It's shocking to me. You guys I believe that Devin wanted to fight everybody. I'm telling you, I believed it. You listen to all the things I've said. I have always said that I believe Devin Haney will fight anybody. I never besmirched you guys that. But now for you guys not to want to fight Shakur Stevenson, dude, that makes you, that is real suspect, bro. I'm just telling you, that's real suspect. That you guys are acting like Shakur is not a viable fight or that Devin has something else to do. Dude, that flies so, that's exactly, matter of fact, that's what I said. Wait till he gets in a position. Wait till y'all get in the position that these other champions were, and you're going to behave just like they did. And that's what's happening. You are behaving just like you accused Lomachenko of behaving, coming up with some other reason not to fight the guy and justifying it. You are literally behaving just like you accused Teofimo Lopez of behaving. That's how y'all are behaving. Just like you accuse Lomachenko of behaving, that's how you're behaving. With the exception of that the Devin, you guys are doing it for somebody that's not even a mandatory. Devin doesn't have a mandatory standing in the way. And he doesn't have another champion, another belt to unify with. There's no excuses for Devin not fighting Shakur. There's no reason other than Bob Arum saying no, explicitly saying no, and Bob Arum refusing to do it. There is nothing standing in the way of him fighting Shakur over Loma, other than him leaving the weight class. And if he leaves the weight class, okay, he leaves the weight class, but Shakur ain't got to go chase him to 140. And you know it. And then the conversation better be that Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis and all of that, because all of that Gervonta Davis attacking of Gervonta Davis's name under silly circumstances, when you don't hold Devin remotely near to the same standard. Man, y'all ain't right. You know it. Anyway, man, I hate being the one to do this, but because I can do this all day. Hey, for my bro, Starborn, he taking a beating out here protecting Devin. Oh, yeah, he is. What does Loma have to do with Devin Duck and Shakur? Nothing whatsoever, brother. Nothing. He has nothing to do whatsoever, bro. And Mike Kirkland in the building said, wish Quincy Carter was around now. Quincy ain't never coming back, bro. I disrespected Quincy, so Quincy will never come back, bro. But look, man. Dude, hey, last action of the day is to throw you out. Look, I got to get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. With that amount, deuces. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Peace. Oh, don't switch the tank. Oh, no, I didn't. I got him. Let me go back. I'm sorry. Mike Kirkland. Dude, it's always about putting it on tank. John Bowie. I got John Bowie. 10-360 said either Devin's lying or y'all lying. Dude, they're bots, bro. Y'all are bots, bro. Terrell, I got that one. That got nothing to do with Devin and Shakur. Nothing. Which is where you guys never saw this. You guys didn't see this coming, bro. Y'all just didn't see this coming, bro. You didn't see it coming, bro. Anthony Forbes, did I miss that? He said, hey, damn, I did miss that. Anthony Forbes, much love in that super chat. He said, I'm ducking watching Haney fights. Haney fans are funny. Bro, y'all are just losing bad out here, bro. Y'all out here losing bad, bro. I can't believe y'all trying to put that. I can't believe y'all trying to put that on. I can't believe y'all trying to put it on Tank, though. But anyway, I'm out. Deuces.